Movie.
Go. Yeah. We're live. I think. This better be... I have less than 1 bar.
Ooh.
Can someone go remove the router?
Can someone go remove the rain so
Well,
we
you
get a
know-
clear signal?
I've got full bars because I'm plugged in.
That's good. As long as you have it. We'll wait. We'll wait for people to come in. I'm going to do a 3, 2, 1 countdown. We'll all say Excelsior at one time.
Hey,
That's
do you
all
know that
start.
Mitch Shear is live now on Facebook?
I should probably share it. Yeah, good
What'd
job.
you write? What'd you write for the description?
Avengers Endgame, join us. No spoilers.
Cool.
Very short. I didn't screw up that one time.
Well, you should specify no Endgame spoilers, because we're going to be spoiling probably every other Marvel movie if they haven't seen it by now, but then it's probably their own fault.
That's
if you haven't
fair.
seen everything that's been on Netflix now.
Someone said that the fact that they can see my feet through my socks is creeping them.
On that picture you posted earlier.
Yeah, so now I feel bad.
I kind of thought the same thing, honestly. Like,
They're
I was like,
thin.
why can I see his toes?
They're really thin, and I'm sorry. If you squint hard, it doesn't look like they're on there.
Do you ever look in the mirror and then go like,
Nope.
I'm looking all right today, and then you like see yourself in a picture and you're like, fuck.
Fuck, I look terrible. I need surgery. All right. As soon as you put your phone down. I'm not. No pressure. I'm just. Oh, well, you can do whatever you want, but.
I'm just trying to get us more viewers by sharing so that one person on my friends list will be like, nah.
At least they thought about it, though.
Did they? Yeah, maybe.
If they turned it down, fuck.
Well-
Wish I wasn't working so I could watch.
Don't know how to do it.
It's
so
loud
I'm
in
not
here
going
to hear anything. I'm sorry, man. I appreciate the thought. 3, 2, 1. Excelsior. Okay, good enough.
Excelsior.
All right. This is the camera okay at me?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Yeah,
It just, looks
yours.
it just looks a little
You can
off.
see
I know
it
you're
right there,
you're
Mitch.
centered in frame.
You can see it.
Okay.
Okay.
This is the Avengers podcast. We're talking about Endgame. I'm here with Caleb,
Hi.
the producer. He's always behind the scenes, but he's going to be doing like half the work today because he knows way more about Marvel than me. I think all of you guys do because I just got into it with the first Iron Man movie because I'm a bandwagon fan.
Yeah.
Then we've got Nate
I don't think that makes you a band.
on mic 1. Well, I mean, it looked really cool, and I was all about special effects back in the day, so I'm like, I'm going to watch this. This looks great. And then how they left it open for another movie, I was like, well, this is going to keep going. And then the last guy on the
Beer is
mic
bad.
is... Say your name.
You didn't say him.
Yeah, we went through instructions, and now it's you.
Oh, I wasn't
You're on the
paying
spotlight.
attention.
Spotlight.
I'm BJ. I've been on here a bunch of times. Twice.
That brings us to our very first point. You have been on here more than anybody else. 3
Well,
times.
except Caleb.
Subdued clap.
I'm not.
Golf clap.
I'm not really on it though. I'm just like a voice in the void.
He's like kind of part of it, so like he's technically not a guest.
I'm like a
He's
co-host.
the voice of
Whereas like
reason.
you,
Well, technically, you've been on it the most.
that's right. This
if
is
we wanna be
episode like
technical.
this is either 39 or 40. Like where I was talking with my friend Travis, who actually helped me start this, and this summer I'll be doing this for 3 years, and it's the longest thing I've ever done, other than school. But anyways, consistently.
Longest
so-
thing you've cared about that.
Longest thing I've cared about,
There you
yeah,
go.
because I stopped caring about school in like the 1st grade, so and it shows. So
Same.
I would like to start off just by saying thanks for coming here, guys. Ryan Bortner was supposed to be here. He had a scheduling conflict. However, he is here in spirit because I am wearing his pants. So I just want to start at the beginning. When did they? Because you guys know more about
talking
this.
about Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, or
Oh,
Do
God.
you want to go back that far?
I mean, that's not
That's-
technically part
it's
of
not
the
MC
current
Okay. It's
not MCU.
universe.
Right, that was like.
That is
But
Marvel,
that's where
but
Marvel
that is still
began.
that's
where
still
they first
Sony.
started testing to see if the comic book adaptation
Was
would work.
it?
Not necessarily
Was
true.
it X-Men?
X-Men was the first
I was gonna say
big
X-Men.
Marvel
True.
comic.
Yeah,
The only reason I
absolutely.
know it was X-Men was because of Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. They said ever since X-Men, everyone's clamoring for superhero shit.
Yeah, they were the ones that proved it could be done.
Okay, so
Because before that, you had stuff like the Phantom and
Ooh.
fucking that one Spawn, shit like that.
When did
actually never
Blade
saw
come out?
Spawn.
Blade was like an R-rated one, but that was
Blade was well
That's not like a
received,
it's not a superhero movie though. It's a comic
But
book
it's a
adaptation.
yes.
It is a comic book adaptation. Yeah, that's like '99. I want to say. Let me check
I don't
that.
want tonight.
I'll check it quick.
Oh, he's the fact checker now too.
That's what I've.
He always
yeah,
has
that's what
been.
I've.
Damn.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing.
I don't watch the show. I just come on it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You've been on here, dude. You called in.
Yeah, I did. So I've technically this is my 4th time.
Dude, yeah. your 3rd in-body appearance. Dude, when you were, I have to say, like, you called in, he puts up the speaker, he goes, all right, listen, here's what you guys missed about Fallout 4.
Nothing.
Like, on the fucking beat, and my eyes almost rolled all the way back in.
Speaking of which, so Marvel and Fallout 4 have a lot in common.
1998 for Blade.
Damn, that long ago?
Yep.
Oh, I suppose Wesley Snipes was in jail for like, what, 10 years?
He wants to keep doing more shit, but he's kind of out of money.
Well, yeah, they took it all and put him
And
in
out
jail.
of talent.
Well, that's because he didn't pay his taxes for like 20 years.
I don't know if Wesley Snipes really ever
You
had
can get away with
talent.
it for that long?
Dude, you can go a long... Well, if you're a celebrity, you can just keep going.
Oh.
Depends on how much money you're making for the local economy. So, do you know... I'm going to refer to you, but if anybody else knows this, when was Iron Man 1 announced?
Oh.
Announced?
Announced?
Like as a planned, this is going to be a long-term
Usually it's
thing.
like 2 years
What I can
before.
tell you,
Yeah.
I can tell you that in 2006 is when the director Jon Favreau was hired
Wow. So,
to direct the movie.
I was a freaking sophomore in high school.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, I remember seeing it in high school. I saw it in the theater, I think, on opening night. And if I remember for sure, there wasn't a lot of people there.
Did we go see it, Caleb? At the theater? Did we go see that?
Nope. I went
I
with
don't think I did either.
my parents, I want to say, because I was a sophomore. We might have seen it. I know I saw it like 3 times.
Because I know
a
I've
week
seen
and
it
a
in the
half.
theater, but I can't imagine who I would have seen it with beyond you. Because my girlfriend at the time wouldn't have seen that movie.
So what's interesting about Iron Man is there was no real plan in place to make the whole MCU at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention, it's kind of an obscure character for the like general
Iron
public.
to start with, yeah.
Yeah, that's like a weird like we're gonna start this huge.
Because like in the comics, he's a B team character.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, they had already started Spider-Man and the Hulk. They just hadn't quite... I mean, Spider-Man caught on,
Well,
but the Hulk...
well,
Spider-Man-
no,
Spider-Man
well,
doesn't count though.
right,
The Hulk
but
came
the
after
Hulk
Iron Man.
does. Does it? Did
No.
it?
Yes, it did.
No, because otherwise they would have had him reprise his role if it counted. They
No. What
are you
they
talking about?
reintroduced him in the current universe.
But it's the
What
same
are you talking
story.
about?
They mentioned the events of that movie.
I'm saying
in
the Incredible
Avengers.
Hulk. The movie Hulk with Ang Lee directing is not.
The
That's its own
2006
thing.
yeah.
That's 2003.
with
Ed
with
Norton
Edward
one.
Norton.
Yeah, it's its own. No,
That
Edward
doesn't
Norton
count.
is the Incredible Hulk, 2008.
Yeah.
I never saw
Eric
that
Ba-
one.
does.
Eric Bana was in the
Yeah,
movie
so
Hulk.
the Bana one is not canon, but the Edward
the
Norton
Incredible
one
Hulk
is.
canon because Tony Stark shows up at the end.
Also,
In the
Yeah.
post credit scene.
yes. Also,
So-
they mention in
They just
Avengers
recast.
1.
They just recast Banner.
Gotcha.
because
Why
no one
didn't-
likes Edward Norton.
Well, no, it's because he's a piece
really?
of shit and
Yeah.
he wants creative control and
he,
money.
He wants creative control, which they gave him for that Hulk movie.
Mm-hmm.
Also, people apparently, from what I've read, is a lot of actors don't like working with him because he's just
Really?
a garbage person.
Well,
That's-
well,
Quentin-
not, maybe
that's
not
why-
that. He's like Tom Cruise. He wants a lot of control.
That's why Quentin can get along with them, because they're both kind of
Yeah.
out there.
Has he ever worked with him?
Edward Norton's done almost every single Quentin Tarantino movie. He's in a lot of them.
I don't
Do
think.
you
Or wait,
know who
was
Edward
it-
Norton
was it-
is?
Are you thinking of the same
I'm
person?
not maybe not Quentin. I'm thinking of the
Roth? Tim Roth?
the Fight Club
Careful.
director.
Oh, I know exactly what you're
Oh,
talking about.
David Fincher?
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's in all.
Yeah.
Just a slightly
Yeah.
different person there. bud.
Okay. No, that's fair.
He's
I
also
was
not
at work all
in
day.
not in every single Fincher.
He's in a
movie.
lot of them.
He's in some.
Yeah, Fincher's a good director.
Or-
No, just to
I'm
give him his
thinking of,
little 2 cents there.
I just remembered who it was. It was the guy who did Budapest.
Wes Anderson.
Wes Anderson,
yeah,
yeah.
he's in a lot of Wes Anderson films.
Jake Soul says you're the only one in that room who hasn't lived with me, Mitch.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Holy shit, you're right.
We've all been one way or another been a.
Have I ever met Jake Soul?
Probably not in
Okay.
person.
Not in person.
Yeah, he's a bassist in my band, Midnight Epidemic.
Nice plug.
Wait,
fun.
you mean this?
Yeah.
Is that a CD available for purchase somewhere?
I think it is BJ.
You mean on,
I
like,
told you Benjamin.
Amazon,
I
iTunes.
get
Is this
10 I get
confirmed
10%
canon for
now.
Marvel?
Confirmed canon for Marvel. Oh, man.
So do we
So-
want to just start with Iron Man then?
I was
Like,
just gonna
getting up
start at the
Say,
beginning.
we've been talking about. I mean,
and then-
we're talking about it. like-
Yeah, I just wanted to start it early on. As for myself, like I said at the beginning, I was not a fan of Marvel. I didn't grow up with like any superhero stuff. In fact, it was on. I thought it was really boring. I would turn it Ed, Ed and Eddie on, or like Arthur or Magic School Bus when I was like 13, 15, 19. And I just couldn't care less. Didn't give a shit about superheroes. And then, like I said, I'm bandwagoning because the special effects
And it
of
got-
Iron Man. I liked it also because it didn't work out for him right away. He made the suit, and then when he got home, he screwed up so much making this thing that like it put a realism to it that like I hadn't seen before, and like they were doing something new, and I really liked it at first, and I love it now. So when Iron Man 1, then 2 followed with Thor after that, am I right?
No. So
Oh,
right.
well, like
Pull up the timeline.
I have it up.
of release order.
release order.
I still
The
think
Incredible Hulk came
1,
after Iron
2.
Man.
So the Incredible Hulk is considered part of that
Yes.
thing.
That movie.
Well, yeah,
So
that's
in,
what we were just talking
in,
about.
in Avengers,
I never saw
in
it.
the first Avengers,
You never saw
they
Incredible
reference
Hulk?
it.
I saw the 2003 Hulk.
Well, I mean,
that was
when I was like,
at all.
I
my
like
buddy
that.
took my buddy.
I like that movie better than Incredible Hulk.
I mean, I don't
Really?
think either of them are really that good.
Well, no, the Incredible Hulk is okay. Like,
Neither of
even
them
when you
are
rewatch
that
it, it's
bad
fine.
either.
Yeah.
But no, the Incredible Hulk, fun. Okay, how long after Iron Man do you think the Incredible Hulk came out?
Next year, I think?
2012.
Well, it came out in 2008.
I have
I
no
already,
idea.
I said
Years,
it. I said
Iron
earlier
Man.
it came out in
It's like
2008.
2 months.
Oh, I'm
maybe?
sorry.
1 month later.
1 month.
Oh, wow.
Oh my God! So they filmed them kind of side by side. I'm
Maybe.
assuming.
but with no plans of ever.
Well, not no plans, but like all the Easter eggs that they put into Iron Man were just like tips of the hat to fans to
Yeah.
be like, hey, because they put Iron Man's shield in the background of Tony's lab.
You mean Captain America's shield?
What did I say?
You said Iron Man.
Oh, Iron Man. Yeah,
He picks
Captain
it
America's
up
shield.
and he says, "Hold this," and he uses it to prop something up.
Yeah.
Right.
Like it was kind of. I think it was like showing his early dislike for Captain America, because
He hadn't met
Ton-
him yet.
but he knew what it was for because he knew all the research.
Well, no, it's because his dad
dad-
told him stories of work.
Yeah.
Of work
Right. So
helping
he's
him.
like, "Yeah, we could just use a piece of junk just used to hold up like a hose or something."
But yeah, so after the Incredible Hulk, what do you think comes next?
Thor.
It's Thor, yeah. it's
Wrong.
Iron Man
Thor
2.
one.
Correct.
Really?
Iron Man 2 comes in 2010, 2 years later.
That movie's kind of forgettable. So
Also directed
2?
by Jon Favreau. The
Yeah.
reason that movie's bad, do we know why? I do.
Mickey Rourke.
No. The
Okay.
reason was because that was during the writer's strike.
oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, okay.
So that's the reason.
Oh,
that,
man, a
that
lot of
script,
bad stuff
that script
came
got
out.
kind of mangled.
Side note, it's weird going back to watch like I hate to bring it up, but The Office and like Parks and Rec and shit like
You
that.
should never be sad about bringing up the office.
Well, it's deriving from the focus of the
Oh,
podcast,
gotcha.
and I have to work on that. So, if you look at the 2008 or 9 was when the writer's strike was, every season of every show has way less episodes because they're like, oh,
And they're just not as good.
No, yeah, they're way worse. I remember
A lot of
like
a lot of shows had to like write it as they were filming.
Conan O'Brien refused to do anything out of solidarity, but he had to host. So what he would do is he'd give tours of the studio. He wore a micro cube on his belt and he just played shitty guitar in people's ears.
That's amazing.
There was another one where Jon Stewart refused to shave, so he looked like shit at the end of the writer's strike. It was like out to here in gray, and he just kind of talked about how much he hated Bush.
It's kind of a
So,
lot of
like-
what Jon Stewart did.
Wow.
Still funny.
Yeah, it was great.
But anyways, the writer's strike. Then what came after?
I'm going to guess Captain America
2000.
after Iron Man 2.
I swore I thought it was Thor.
I think it's Thor.
Thor does come
one.
next. Almost
Is it Thor?
a 1 year to the day.
3 wrong
Huh.
guesses.
A full year after Iron Man 2. Actually, 1 day less.
So, during
May
the-
6th, Iron Man 2 came out on May 7th.
During
and Thor
those
comes out May
movies,
6th.
were they all still owned? Because I know Thor was owned by like Paramount at the time.
No.
Were they all or just Thor?
No. I don't think that he was owned by Paramount at that time.
Yeah. It was owned. It wasn't owned by Disney or by actual
I gotta
by
look.
Marvel Studios.
I gotta check. Hold on.
Because I was watching a video of the
I know
writer talking
Spider-Man
about
and
it.
X-Men were the only ones that were sold off really early.
Well, those were sold like way long time. Like
But I think
in
the main
90s.
I think the main Avengers were always part of Marvel.
I don't know the exact story, but I know that movie was not put out by like a Marvel Studios or
Who?
Disney.
Which one?
Thor.
Yeah, it was.
Are you sure? Because I was watching an interview with the writer
reading
of the
about it
movie,
right
and he
now.
was talking about how
It was
Paramount
being
owned the rights.
It was being developed by Sony in 2006, and then Marvel acquired it later.
Okay, that might have been what it was then.
Yep.
I thought he said Paramount.
So can we talk about how like Thor has changed so much as a character and how he's not so difficult to watch now?
Yeah.
I'll admit the Dark World. What the?
That was a hard watch.
What? Yeah, I was like,
Not a
what?
good. Not a great.
Why
movie.
am I? Why? Like I'm like.
But then Ragnarok turned it around.
Iron Man 2 and Thor 2 are probably the least
lamest?
the least good
Yeah,
I mean, they're still
because they're
still
perfectly
good.
fine
Good
movies.
Good choice of wording there.
Yeah, the least good.
Yeah.
I like that. But yeah,
The
man,
least
Thor,
goodest.
and it's funny how Thor Ragnarok, the third in that series, is one of the best Marvel films to date.
Come on, how great is it when a fucking Hulk Bruce Banner just falls and hits the bridge, just thud.
Oh my god!
Doesn't turn into Hulk in the time. Just,
Oh, and then the song choice for the immigrant song. So good.
They overdid that so
No,
much.
they
dude.
Played it
do
twice
not.
in the movie.
Who cares?
I mean, yeah,
not
it's,
being-
it's
I'm saying
about
that's not-
Norse mythology,
that's
but
not being
I
overdone.
get it.
It's pretty awesome.
Let's do something dumb and talk about Garfield's Spider-Man, since that happened around those years.
Oh, awful.
Garfield
Really?
I hate
Spider-Man?
Garfield Spider-Man.
Garfield's Spider-Man.
Just terrible.
Oh,
They-
Andrew
dude,
Garfield.
Spider-Man
No,
1 and
dude,
2.
there was this thing where they had Garfield the cat in a Spider-Man
what?
suit, and they made two. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, I was like, what are you? I thought this
sorry,
was like some
I-
special edition.
I was just like running with it. It was dumb.
no,
But,
controversial opinion. I think Andrew Garfield is better than Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man.
It's not really that controversial.
Tom Holland
a lot
is
of people
still the
are
best?
a lot of people are split. For me,
You like
I
Tom
think
Holland?
I think
I think he has the best personality outside the movies.
Tom Holland.
Yeah.
I think he's the
supposed
The
best.
fact that they
Spider-Man.
can't tell him anything about the movies.
He's supposed to be Nathan Drake in the Uncharted movies, but that movie's been in hiatus for like 15 years or some shit.
Yeah.
It's been a long time, but I saw both Amazing Spider-Mans in the theater. I love the balls they had when they killed. Spoilers, it's been out for like 5 years. When they killed
Gwen.
Gwen
Well,
Stacy.
I wouldn't call
was
it-
Ooh,
ballsy.
that neck snap.
I wouldn't
noise.
call that balls when they're like directly following a comic line. Like,
But the fact that they showed it in its
Yeah, but
full
yeah.
version
Yeah,
from the
well,
comics.
this is DC now. Would you call it balls when they killed Rachel Dawes in Dark Knight?
No.
No, not that,
Nobody
because that wasn't a
cared.
character. Who cares about her?
And when
and they even recast her. Like,
when you have a series that's
I don't like
the
Maggie
whole
Gyllenhaal
tone
at all,
of
so-
everything is just dark and gritty and death and gore and stuff, nobody cares about each individual death. But when you have Marvel, that's kind of more like, for the beginning of it was more kind of whimsy and just like, oh yeah, like, you know, the hero's always going to win. Nothing really bad ever happens except to the bad guy. And then you go into the Amazing Spider-Man, and all of a sudden a character will actually die and be dead and stay that way. It's just like, oh wow, they're taking this in a direction they haven't gone before. That's interesting.
well, they were setting themselves up for more movies because in like the comics, Gwen Stacy dies, and then Peter starts going with Mary Jane.
Yeah.
Well, they also set themselves up for what's it? The lizard dude? Is it just lizard?
That's in the first one.
Well,
Yeah,
at the
he
end
is
of
the
it,
villain.
at the very end,
They
of
set
it,
up
he
all their
finds
villains.
Rhino.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
and
they set up
Rhino.
all their villains in
Yeah.
the second movie because at Oscorp they have
and they
all
never
the
got a
suits
chance.
and shit like
The
that.
Sinister Six, right? Is what the name of that group?
Well, they set that up in Homecoming.
Yeah, but I mean, in
I'm
the
saying
Garfield ones, they set up
They
the Sinister
probably
Six.
set
They tried
that up, but
to.
they had all the suits at Oscorp for all the different villains
Yeah.
and shit like that,
Yeah.
which
so
is
wait,
cool.
Can we
Go ahead.
the best Spider-Man is now, isn't it Spider-Verse?
Oh yeah,
Still haven't seen it.
really?
You are missing
Sweetheart.
out.
Damn.
I watched the everything wrong with video for it.
Oh no, that's gonna, dude, sweetheart.
No, and
this
it was
game,
like-
this movie is fantastic.
Oh,
It
I know
is-
I know it's
yeah.
amazing.
It
And I
is.
went into
Around
it with like no expectations.
The best thing about it is it's actually a sequel to the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies.
Is it really?
I'd assume
Huh.
the older one that
Did
dies.
not know that.
The first Spider-Man you meet
Yeah.
is supposed to be Tobey Maguire's character.
It doesn't surprise me.
I'm pretty sure, at least, like the way they set it up, it just certainly seemed that way.
They because they go over his backstory and it's like everything kind of matches everything that happened in the Tobey Maguire movies. Yeah,
So what movie came after
Thor.
After Thor,
Thor? Yeah,
That
I
was
just
Captain
wanted to I just
America
wanted
then,
to
right?
cover the offshoot because that's
I think that's when they started
Yeah.
doing the main Avenger movies, setting up each
Yep,
character individually.
2 months after Thor, Captain America hit theaters.
never
That
saw
was
it in
a,
the
that was
theater.
that was a fantastic
Late July.
movie. That was probably my
That was a great
favorite
movie.
Marvel movie up to that point.
The first Avenger, yeah, it's pretty good.
That's still one of my favorites.
It's a great period piece, like with the
I think that's why it was
50s.
so different.
Right.
yeah, because it takes place in World War II. It's great.
And he was at that point kind of the most relatable superhero that Marvel put out.
Oh yeah, because
in terms of like a normal human,
he was a scrawny
he just got
little guy.
super strength.
Yeah, like-
but at his heart, he was a guy that we could get
the,
behind.
the
and he
reason
was-
the strength was
yeah.
good is because he was a fighter at heart. Yeah,
right.
That part where he came out of the cryo tube and he was just huge, and the girl started touching him. And my friend leans over to me and says, "Dude, she needs a raincoat because she's
That was-
fucking wet."
That was not scripted. Like she instinctively, like as soon as that was her first time seeing him on set, and she went and touched him, and then she's like, oh.
That wasn't
That was
scripted.
no. That she did that impromptu.
I watched a good video about how Captain America is not actually that good of a person.
Oh,
And it
God.
actually makes a lot of sense.
How so?
Like, because everything he does, where you think he's just trying to do the good thing,
He's just very
doing
selfish,
it to,
isn't
yeah, he's selfish. He's actually trying to prove to himself that he can do whatever he wants.
You're just one of those people that believes in flat Earth too. If you watch a good enough YouTube video with a good enough
Hell yeah,
editing,
man.
You just like, let's talk about that.
Have you guys seen that? There's like that
Hey,
Netflix documentary about the flat earthers now.
no,
Yeah, dude,
Oh.
is it on right now?
it's on there.
Let's watch it.
The
Fuck
more
this
they
podcast.
keep doing
Dude,
stuff
turn it
like
off.
that, the more that they're gonna keep making people say it's okay to
I'm
Yeah,
pretty-
it's
like, I'm
got
pretty sure it's-
momentum.
Like,
Just like the anti-vax stuff
I'm
now.
pretty sure it's making fun of that.
That's actually
You know what the
life-threatening.
ultimate troll would be? If in like the next Guardians movie, they go to a planet and it's just flat.
Oh my god.
Like you see it zoom in on the planet, like the spaceship
That's
come
like
in.
a Rick and Morty thing.
Behind the curve.
Yeah. Yep.
Let's turn that shit off right quick. Anyways, sorry.
So
I didn't-
Captain America was
Right.
was it around that movie where they really kind of hinted that they could be having a joining forces movie, or when was the movie that came around that hinted that they were going to start forming the team?
I think once they did a second superhero movie.
Or no,
People
what
just
movie
start-
was
The
it?
end
Was
of-
it Iron Man?
I'm pretty sure once.
When they went to go talk to Logan, and he was like, "We're
Yeah, I
forming
was
a
just thinking
team,"
about that.
and, and then Logan just
Said,
like, "Fuck,
"Fuck you."
off."
Low,
Yeah.
Fuck
that,
yourself.
bro. That's X-Men First Class.
Oh, was that one? Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
that's X-Men First Class, bro.
That's where they go into the strip club and says, "If you show us yours, we'll show you ours."
Wait,
or something.
who was in that end credits thing though?
What end credits
Hugh
thing?
Jackman.
What the
Wasn't
fuck are
it
you
the-
talking about? Why are
was
you
it-
trolling so hard, Nate?
We're not.
What?
You know what I'm
which
talking about, right?
End credit scene.
The one where he's in a bar. Wolverine's in a bar, and isn't
Yeah,
it like
they said
Nick?
That's actually
That's
not
from
end
First
credits.
Class.
That's in the middle of the movie.
Is it
And it's
really?
during first class when
Yeah.
they're trying to put together a team? They go
It's a
into a strip
montage.
club.
It's in a
Oh,
montage.
you're
Yes.
right. That's for
Yes,
okay.
and the girl
These
has
guys are fucking
wings.
high.
This is what happens when you only see the movies like once.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the X-Men movies for the most part.
Yeah.
I love
Except for the
First
most
Class,
recent
and
one.
Days of Future Past was awesome.
Days of Future
so-
Past was amazing.
Yeah. I like that whole trilogy. I'm a fan.
I like the Apocalypse.
I like
one.
Apocalypse. Perfectly fine.
I didn't like it.
Perfectly
Sorry.
fine.
Everybody
movie.
hates it.
Like, for me, it's just
Didn't
like,
like it.
I think a lot of people were expecting something more because it's like a third, so it's like an end of a trilogy type thing. But it's just another installment.
I'm not looking
That-
forward
like,
to
that's the way I
anything
look
Dark
at-
Phoenix.
Oh,
Sophie
that-
Turner's fine, but
That
staying
movie,
Game of Thrones.
that
don't
newest,
Yes, she is.
the newest trailer that came out for that looks really good.
Yeah, I think it looks great.
Uh,
I'll see
How
it.
come forget you
everyone-
Game of Thrones
Why
fan.
does everybody
we just talked
glance
about it the
over
other night.
Fantastic
Sorry.
Four as being Marvel?
because
Look, those-
the movies have been not owned A by Marvel and B have been garbage.
Those are Sony, right?
Do you know why the
they?
movies have been garbage?
I don't think they're garbage.
No, listen. You know what?
The first two?
The source material is just
They're
not
very
that
thought they're
cheesy.
fine.
They're fine. They're very cheesy. But
They were a product of their era. I mean, they're the same humor
Correct.
and everything as the
I'm
original
not-
Spider-Man.
I'm not denying
We're
that.
frozen.
Are we?
That's another Disney Disney
fine.
property.
Oh no, that was just when Caleb was talking. We were all waiting. Like,
Yeah, you're always like,
never
hello?
mind, we're fine.
But
Sorry.
yeah. So the reason, actually, this is kind of.
Oh, we are?
We're on a giant
Yeah.
tangent, but
No, this is what it's all about.
But the
Oh, we're
the
doing-
reason the Fantastic Four movies always end up being garbage is because the studio that owns them, I can't remember who it is right now, I'm not going to look it up. The studio that owns them, basically, they have to contractually create a movie
Every
every
certain
so
amount
many
of time.
years, otherwise they will lose the rights. They'll revert back to Marvel
No, that's
without Marvel
right.
having to buy them.
They
So that's why they came
That's
up
why
with the
they
trashy
will-
one before.
That's why they'll
just
push
recently.
out a movie.
they made one in the 90s.
Correct. Never got put into theaters, but since they technically did produce it and make it,
Yeah,
They got to keep the rights.
Didn't it have like a one theater run for like a weekend or something, just
Yeah,
to
probably.
count or something?
yeah.
because
But it
they make fun of that in Arrested Development.
But yeah, that's kind of the interesting thing about the Fantastic Four. That franchise has suffered greatly.
We are getting really choppy.
I mean, the reason why I bring up Fantastic Four is because Mr. Fantastic has been known to wield Infinity Stones in the comics before.
Oh, well, the thing about the Fantastic Four has always been a really
Like he
An
tried
integral
to, he
part.
tried to outright will them out of existence, and they're like, "Nah, bro, you can't do that."
So what's also interesting, okay, so coming full circle here, take this conversation, speaking of Fantastic Four, in the most recent, I think it's the most recent Endgame trailer, the white suits that you see them in at the end of the trailer are actually quantum suits that the Fantastic Four, I believe, developed for them. So
I
they,
doubt that'll tie in.
No, I'm not saying they'll tie the Fantastic Four in, but it's just something else they're grabbing from the
Well,
comics.
Not
Just
to get off on
references to
But-
the source material.
But I believe those
Yeah.
suits, I believe
they'll
those,
go into the quantum realm for sure.
Yeah.
Time travel.
Well, they got to get
Because
Ant-Man out.
well, no, it's because Ant-Man has been there, so he probably tells them about it. I can almost guarantee we're experiencing some kind of time travel.
Yeah,
in this
well,
movie.
because in the trailer they show us Avengers 1.
Well, they got to get the
they're
characters
not
back
showing
in the
us
time.
Avengers
It's
one.
heavily-
They're showing
to
us
do that.
like flashbacks. Doesn't mean we're going back, but we probably will go
in
back.
the main in the new trailers, not the ones where it's got the voiceover or anything. Like you see Iron Man flying through New York it's a clip from the first Avengers.
Oh right, but yeah,
So what I think is going to
we're
happen?
probably gonna go back and have to
Well,
replay
we're
events.
gonna-
Or something.
Actually, I'll wait for theories till later.
Yeah, we're gonna get up to
What
Endgame and then we can
that's
talk about
exactly
what's gonna
it. I
happen.
just wanted to cover all the feelings
we're
and like
dealing with the base and building up to it.
opinions.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like I wanted to cover all the bases and opinions of the movies as leading up to it. And the second we get to Endgame, we'll talk about whatever we want about Endgame. That's
Yeah. So
I just thought of that now. So
Captain America, then did we? After that, was that when they started the Avengers, or was there still another main character that I'm missing? Because they brought in Natasha Romanoff in Iron Man 2. Hawkeye came in
Thor. He came in Thor.
Thor.
So I believe once they started developing Iron Man 2 and Thor is when they knew that they were going to do the Avengers. So that's when they started peppering those extra people in.
So what came
Pepper.
after Captain America? Then?
That's Avengers in
okay.
2012.
That's
a year later.
what I remember.
Yeah.
Oh, such a good movie.
It was quite good.
Yeah.
I watched it on TV recently. And
It doesn't quite
It had
hold
problems.
up anymore now that we've
well,
seen the newer ones.
it's. I mean, it's.
but at the time, it was the most fantastic thing we'd ever
Well,
seen.
like-
and
Of
it's
course.
ridiculous.
a lot of
Absolutely.
my friends who are like way deeper into this than of course I am, and lifelong fans since they were like 2 or 3. They said that the part where they all were on the screen at the same time
And
for
it
the
was
first
circling
time,
around
it was-
them or whatever, and they were all just fighting together.
I was
They
at the
all-
premiere.
Yeah, me too.
remember
And
that.
it was like everybody applauded. It was
Yeah.
one of those things.
My friend said he had to wipe out his eyes because he's like this. He's like I never thought this would happen in like a real live movie.
Avengers 1 is what got me super into comic book stuff. Like I was I loved Batman and all that stuff growing up and watching all the movies. But like I went to because the place I worked, everybody was huge comic book fans, and I would read like Justice League and stuff like that at work that they would lend me. But then we all went to the Avengers premiere, and I was like, "This is fucking awesome."
Yeah,
I
yeah,
gotta
like,
get into this.
big budget with a lot of money behind it, and just all the best creativity behind it. And then now it's for real, and it's live right in front of you. And it's like this is happening. This has
It's
never
one
been
of the
done
best
before.
formats to get it out to people that would never read comics, and that's amazing.
Yeah.
I'd say comic sales were boosted a lot by these movies too.
Oh,
it's such
weird.
a great cycle.
Weird when I said that on Facebook, and everybody tried to argue with me that that Disney literally pretty much saved the comic industry and the Star Wars franchise.
I one of my former best friends said that Disney's an evil empire, and there's a reason he's a former best friend now. So
Disney is an evil empire, but that actually does a lot of good with their properties.
Mickey has been known to wear a very dark black cloak.
I mean,
yeah, exactly. It's like Thanos.
I mean, in Star Wars, the Empire did bring civilization to a lot of uncivilized planets.
That's true. That's Disney.
It's kind of like
they were
Thanos. You
happy
don't really
before
like him,
that.
but he's got a point.
They were happy before that, and then he came and changed
Yeah, but-
everything. It's the same
Yeah, but-
argument against Thanos.
Oh,
Yeah, but you know, a lot of people are
yeah.
happy that are under the Emperor's rule too. Like people are just like chilling on their farm, and it's like,
Well, nothing
yeah,
changed
sure.
for the Outer Rim.
well, no, a lot. I mean,
Even on
Talking about
Coruscant,
Avengers, aren't we?
majority of stuff
No,
didn't
we're talking
change.
about Star
Only
Wars.
thing that only thing that really
It's
changed were a couple
Disney still
policies,
kind
and then the stormtrooper, the armor.
It's all the same.
It's not to get into politics, but it's politics. Like,
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Whoever takes the president's different.
I mean,
he
that's the
sucks,
whole. I mean, that's the whole point of.
my life's
How
not
did you
that much
manage
different.
to bring?
I mean,
this
Star
shit
Wars,
in?
but
I'm not
but Star
saying
Wars.
specifics.
No, the Star Wars is political. You talk to
Yeah.
George Lucas, he's going to tell you that the movies are political. The first trilogy, like Return of the Jedi, is all about talking about the Vietnam War.
J.J. Abrams talked to George Lucas about the movie, and he said it was okay. They only just had lunch at In-N-Out.
What are you talking about? Get out of
People
my
were
face.
getting all...
So what's after the Avengers?
Just move along. Move along.
Move along.
We'll have a Star Wars podcast in December about the new Star
Ooh,
Wars.
yeah,
That's
that'll be
definitely-
good.
Wait till we do the election podcast.
Yes. Yes.
That's gonna be terrible.
See,
you have to have
it's
peep
going to be great.
security
Well, it's going to be
here.
great because you guys get to go back and forth, and I'll be the moderator.
I'm bringing my gun.
You don't believe in guns.
You have
Yeah,
every
dude,
right
I
to have
own-
one.
I own firearms. I have my concealed carry permit. I have a hammer right
I
here.
was gonna say that. No, it's Myeon. Well,
So,
remember
okay.
in Dark World when she can't pronounce it,
Yeah.
she just goes
Meow,
meow
meow,
meow
meow,
meow
meow.
meow. So it trails off after.
He sets it
We
up
don't
on the
know if
hook.
Natalie Portman's dead yet.
She's in the new movie.
Shut up.
Endgame?
It's from what I heard. Didn't you tell me
Wait,
this?
we could just look
No.
at the
Somebody did.
cast.
Oh no, a guy at work
We
did.
could look at the cast list
yeah,
and see who's all in it.
She
I don't wanna-
she was
I don't
at the
wanna ruin it
premiere.
for myself though.
She was at the premiere, like on the red carpet, and apparently, I've heard she's in the new movie.
And we don't know if the
Also,
scientist guy from Thor is still
the
there.
kid
I would
from
certainly think
the
he would
kid
be.
kid from
Warner
Iron Man
Herzog.
3. Kid from Iron Man 3 is in the new movie.
Yep, the one that.
I think he's
Got
going to be
the
the
one.
next Iron Man. That would be awesome. That would be really
Oh,
cool.
yeah.
That would be a really cool thing to do.
That'd be sweet.
And somebody else was in it that I don't care. I don't care if Gwyneth Paltrow's in it anymore.
Oh,
Fuck
she's
her.
gross.
she could actually be
Peppa
one.
Potts.
She could almost be the next Iron Man because of her character
Iron
Rescue.
Girl.
In Iron Man
I-
3.
Character Rescue.
Iron Man 3, was that after Avengers?
Yes, actually, that is the next movie.
Okay.
No, Gwyneth announced that this will be her last film.
Sad Boy
in
Hours.
the-
They'll probably kill her off
Yeah.
then.
Dude,
No, she said she's
gonna
willing to
become the-
come back for like small
yeah, she's
cameos.
He's
I
the
dislike
CEO of the
her
company,
as
and
a
therefore
person.
she'll be too busy to
she tries to sell
participate and
stickers, energy stickers.
Yeah, she's a
But
hippie.
yeah, so Iron Man
She's
3.
weird.
Iron Man 3 came after Avengers. A year
love,
later.
I like that movie. I don't care. The
I,
Mandarin
good.
thing was good.
Very good
I
movie.
love.
Who directed it?
What's his name?
That was not bad.
Famous
that was,
director.
That was not Favreau. That was
Who directed Who directed Predator?
fucking.
The original.
Or wait, no. Sorry, I don't think this guy directed that.
Alien.
No,
yeah, it was
no.
definitely not.
Hold on.
It was Scott Ridley Scott. Oh my
Scott.
god.
This guy was in the original Predator.
Whoa, not Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Arnold just wants it. Carl Weathers.
I think he's dead.
Carl Weathers?
No, he's not. I'm just
Oh.
kidding. He's fine.
I was like, no, he ain't. Fucking. Oh my god.
Oh, never mind. Okay, never mind. He didn't. I don't think he was in.
Can you give us a clue, like another hint?
What's it? What else has he directed? I can't remember.
The Nice Guys.
Oh yeah, totally.
Long
Fucking-
Kiss Goodnight, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, Last Action Hero.
Last
Oh my
Action
God.
Hero.
He's writing credits.
Whoa.
Writing credits on these.
Oh,
Oh.
jeez.
And he directed Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Woody Harrelson.
Directed Nice Guys.
Donald Glover.
Shane Black.
Oh yeah,
Black.
Shane Black, because he did.
Of course. You know Shane Black.
Didn't Shane Black do
I'm surprised you guys don't know who
Captain
this is.
America 2, Winter Soldier?
No.
Let's talk about the action in Winter Soldier. That was like the first time that I
Wait,
fell
are we
in love
skipping
with the...
past Iron Man 3?
We just talked about it. It was directed by Shane Black. End of story. It was a good movie.
Well,
Anybody?
it's-
I don't know why.
I
The
really
thing is,
like.
a lot of
I
people
like
don't
Guy
like it.
Pearce.
A lot of people don't like it
What?
because he's good.
Well, Gwyneth had her little premiere in an iron suit in that movie.
That's true.
For 5 seconds.
She almost died, but
But yeah, the whole
was
big
there.
thing with this movie was people got mad because the Mandarin was twisted differently than in the comics.
Yeah,
So
because
they
Disney-
changed him into not a
Creative
real
liberty.
villain.
Disney's already known as a racist company. They're not going to put a dude in a Fu Manchu and be like,
Well,
oh.
can we talk about how there was also the Marvel one-offs? Like didn't that start the whole thing? Because like there's a Mandarin one-off. I never watched those.
What?
Oh, like the
There-
web series or
Web
something?
series.
I never watched those. No
Yeah, me
idea.
neither.
Like they did that one for Thor where he had like
Yeah.
a roommate.
Yeah,
Oh, that stuff.
weird.
That shit don't count.
Yeah.
It's not canon. Not canon.
Okay.
Oh, it's canon.
Yeah, I like Guy Pearce as an actor too, and as a person. So like when I saw him in there,
Ben Kingsley?
that definitely
Oh, yeah.
no. Ben Kingsley? Oh, you mean
He played
Gandhi?
the Mandarin.
Yeah.
yeah.
Ben Kingsley's like the same guy in every movie, but I still like him.
The whole
great.
so the whole reason I actually like Iron Man 3 is because you get to see how good Stark is without his suit. He finds ways to do stuff without the help of his suit. It proves that he is
Well,
the
besides
genius that
having
he
like
claims to
20
be.
plus of them at the end.
Well, I mean, like think about it. When he has to, like, he goes down and fucks up. Like he finds the Mandarin, he hunts him down without a suit.
Well, we already saw how good he was in the first one. He came up with a suit out of nothing.
And
That just
Yeah,
shows
but
how
he didn't
smart
do
he
anything
is.
unarmed in that.
Right. Everything he does is with the suit.
He just made
without,
the
without
suit.
a suit. He's kind of a puss.
They asked Neil deGrasse Tyson, just for kicks, who would win in a fight, Iron Man or Batman, and he concluded that it was Iron Man because Batman pays people to have stuff made for him,
Yeah.
such as Lucius Fox, whereas Iron Man creates it himself.
And that's the argument
I
I've
don't
always
agree.
made is that Iron Man would win because
I don't
I
agree.
think he has more money and more technology.
I will put literally almost anyone up against Batman. Here's what, depending on the circumstances. So if it's a
What if he has, if he has a
it-
Justice Buster?
okay, if it is, does Batman
that's
know
gonna
about the
show
fight
up
ahead of
someday.
time? Is this like me and you are fighting tomorrow at 10 o'clock?
I
He
don't
probably
know.
has as much
They just
preparation
asked.
as he did against Superman.
24 hours.
Everybody comes into the fight with full knowledge that they're going to fight.
Yeah, Batman won.
No. Iron Man can go up into space, pull a meteor down, and be like, oh, there you go.
And Batman would
Like he
just be
did,
like, yo, I got my
Thanos.
meteor destroying satellite on my bat belt. Fuck you.
Couldn't Iron Man just also shoot like an EMP and go, and then kill him?
Batman could do the same thing.
Yeah, Batman could
that's
use an
the
EMP
argument-
grenade.
The argument is that the real argument is that Batman would just EMP Iron Man's suit and then would fight him hand to hand, and Batman wins because he's a fucking ninja.
Yeah,
But he has an iron
Whoa,
suit.
I thought you were going to say something else.
yeah, but he was. Yeah, an iron suit that can be destroyed. I mean, Captain America punched the shit out of it and
But
shattered it.
Iron Man also has how many different myriads of suits that he's made that he can just call upon
But no,
and rain hell down.
But the
on
whole
them.
point is an EMP.
Yeah, Batman would just shut the electronics down.
Yeah.
BJ, don't
And then he
worry.
calls a new one in.
If the suits came
And then he would
off,
do it
it'd
again.
be
calls him over
Batman.
from the Avengers place.
If the suits came off, it'd be Batman.
Oh,
Don't
yeah.
worry.
yeah.
No, I think he
Batman's
would
a fucking
in
Hulk.
gentlemanly old fisticuffs. Yeah,
Dude, yeah. Like, all you're wearing is, like, Robert Downey Jr.'s pants from Sherlock Holmes. That's all you're wearing.
God.
Dude, Downey Jr.'s like a stick, and Batman's arms are like the size of his whole body.
This
Like,
should be a segment that you do for every single show. You come up with a who would win versus question to pose to your guests.
Where's my damn notebook? It's on the table.
It's right here. It's your notebook. It's your computer.
I still write on paper, dude. Sometimes I write on my hands.
Grandpa.
All right, so was it Captain America 2 then? After
I'm
Iron
sorry.
Man
The
3?
Winter Soldier comes next a year later.
What a good movie.
That's a good one.
Arguably the best Marvel film
Can
to
we?
date.
Which
Sebastian Stan
which
is fucking
mini
fantastic.
series within
Yeah.
the Marvel movies has the best of them in it?
What?
Like Captain America
like which
versus
trilogy's
Iron Man
the best?
versus Thor. Yeah,
Ant-Man.
which of the characters has the
No.
best set of movies
Ant-Man hasn't had a
in
dud
the-
yet.
in the MCU?
I'm
Oh,
I want to
saying-
say Captain America.
I'll agree with you.
Because
I
that
like
has
Captain
Civil
America.
War.
That's an easy Captain
Civil
America.
War is. I always want to say for the record, Civil War is
I
my
don't count.
all-time favorite.
And
of
Civil
all
War is
the
also an
movies.
Avengers 2.0.
I don't. Yeah, I don't count. I don't
yeah,
count Civil War.
2.5 essentially.
You don't,
I don't count Civil
War.
War.
Which,
Okay,
as
well,
part of
Captain America.
The thing
you
is, though,
could
it
leave,
is.
so-
It's called Civil. Or it's called
I
Captain
know,
America:
but-
Civil War. That's why.
I know.
That's why Captain America wins.
I know it
It's
is
just the
considered
best.
that, but it's like it's an Avengers movie basically.
How fucking
Kind of.
I'm
He's
sorry,
not even
but
the
there's
main
no
character.
Thor.
It gave
No
me
Guardian.
chills when he stabbed Stark with the shield and broke his power courses.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
not yours. And he just leaves it in
Yeah,
him.
it's like
he
all right.
left it
It's
in
like,
him.
All right, bitch.
Yeah. Yeah, he basically just kind of looked at him and left there without saying the word bitch. That's what it was. He
right.
gave him a look. He just went,
Hey, who was I looking up before to see who's in?
Shane Black.
Oh yeah, no.
Natalie
In
Portman.
the-
But
yes,
that movie,
Thank you.
that movie explains perfectly why Captain America is not that good of a
Good.
person.
He gets results. He's like Archer. He's a blonde Archer.
But
Well, think about who he
Go
is.
ahead.
Hawkeye
Think about
is
it, though. Why
brown
would
hair.
why would he be a good person in our like standards today?
Dude.
Because he has the morals of someone from the 40s.
yeah, but his loyalty is only to Bucky ever.
That's
Like
fair.
he would literally kill people to protect Bucky.
Well,
Not
what's he
even
gonna do
good
now that
people.
Bucky's gone?
Including Peggy Carter.
Who is he going to fight for?
Exactly.
Natalie Portman confirmed.
No.
Told you. Yeah, I know everything.
She's fine. She doesn't wear a bra.
Neither do I.
I should. Jeez.
I'm
Well, they don't
starting
wear
to get
bras in
there, man.
space.
Thank you.
That's from Star Wars.
That is from Star Wars.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah, so Winter Soldier was really good. That was
love Winter
at the
Soldier.
time that came
It's a great
out. It was
movie.
probably the best
Yeah.
one. Of them
Great,
all.
That
great
that
spy thriller.
yeah, that fight they had on the freeway where Winter Soldier was just shooting people and trying to shoot them with just a regular military like M4 or whatever he
Yeah.
fucking had. Just I thought that was cool.
There's-
It's like here, no superpowers, nothing, just guns and death. That's
He's
it.
just he's another Captain America.
Yeah.
He got the
But
serum.
on the other side.
Do you think Hydra is a good villainous?
villainous.
It's like a villainous
Yeah,
organization
villainous
or
organization.
any sort of like
Hydra.
any antagonist in the franchise. Do you think Hydra as a whole is like comparable to some of the other major villains that are
Well,
just standalone villains?
I think he's like supposed to be like the embodiment of Hitler, isn't he?
I mean, Hydra is an organization.
Hydra
not a
basically
person.
ran the Nazis.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so as compared to the other villains that have been
Like, do you think, the Hydra organization is comparable
Yes.
to memorable villains from other Marvel movies?
plus he's still around.
That's not really a fair fight because I mean like Doctor Strange had basically a universe-eating god.
Yeah, he
Thanos.
Dormammu, yeah.
Dormammu. I can't think of his name.
I'll be honest, when I was watching
We still haven't seen Galactus yet.
when I
Well, that
he
will
was in
come with
Fantastic Four.
that
when
will
I
come with
saw
Fantastic Four.
when I saw
Yes, sir.
Doctor Strange, I was the least into it because of the magic. Because these movies did such a good job of grounding
Yeah, in a real world type.
Reality.
them
Yeah,
in
but no,
reality. And then all of a sudden you had like these swirly
But this
fists.
is also
But they
opening up
explain
a
that.
portal to the different
I understand that.
stones and what they are
Well,
capable of.
I mean, you
What's-
don't think
well,
Thor
That's
was magic?
we already had the space stone.
Well, think about it.
Tesseract.
I didn't say I liked Thor either.
Well, yeah, you got it. You kind of have to have that thing of like, oh, there's these power stones.
Scarlet
And that's
Witch is
also
not-
where they introduced the
What's-
quantum realm for
Well, I was going
Ant-Man.
to say what's so important about Doctor Strange is that it's part of the getting you used to the quantum realm type stuff that they're setting up for the like now. the movie we're about to see, where you're gonna have to suspend a lot of disbelief and be like, all
They
these
have to
all these
actually
moving
expand
parts can
past
come
Earth.
together to make
But even then, they still keep the magic grounded in a weird way, because it wasn't
like he
a
has
Thor.
to have the
Well, it
amplification.
took
ring.
but wasn't it even Thor who was
45
like
minutes
Thor
before
was
he actually got magic stuff?
yeah, but didn't Thor say something like magic is just science that you don't understand yet or
Right,
something?
yeah.
like it's not like
Well, like
out of the realm of possibility in that
for
universe.
Doctor Strange, like they have to have those rings. Like I'm assuming it's just it's like some sort of amplification.
And they can't
type
just
thing.
make the rings out of nothing. They have to have the special little gadgets on their hands in order to be able to eat.
I'm not, like I said, I'm not saying it's bad. I was the
It was
least
hard to get into it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't want to bring it up, but I'm going to.
Oh.
My mother and I are now watching Game of Thrones together, and she says if there's magic in this, I'm out because I can't get into it.
Well, at least it's not for like 6.
It's a while, but like there is god magic or blood magic or demonic worship
The
and
Lord of
shit.
Light.
Very
The Lord of Light.
seldomly, but
yes, but it's they did it on purpose. They ground it in reality so well, and then when it comes out, it's like, ugh, like you were doing so
They were
well.
building it up so that you were prepared for it to happen without
Yeah.
it just kind of being dropped on you like, oh,
And
by the way.
Also,
Yeah.
not to mention it, except for like the shadow demon thing, they never really confirmed that anything is magic.
Right. It's just
friendship.
Well,
Exactly.
remember when they bring that one guy back? Says, "Who'd you see? Was the Lord of Light? Was it the drowned god?" He goes, "There's nothing. I saw nothing after
Yeah.
death." So I just wanted to bring that up. So you good? Yeah. Anyways,
He's leaving. He's like, fuck it.
you brought up fucking Game of Thrones. I fucking knew it. I goddamn knew it. So
So we talking about the last episode of Game of Thrones?
no,
All right.
we're not. We are going back to Marvel.
Well,
so
after
Oh, such a
Winter
good episode,
Soldier-
though.
After Winter Soldier, it was
So good.
you had your chance to be on 2 weeks ago. You missed it.
You didn't invite me.
We're
so
done. I put out a public invite, didn't I?
I worked.
No, you said these two people are going to be on the podcast talking about Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
I
you
think I
didn't-
privately asked.
Didn't privately ask me, so fuck you.
We forgot to. We forgot a movie.
Do we forget a spin-off
We
movie?
skipped up Thor: Dark World.
Oh,
Yeah, that-
Yeah.
Well, there's a reason for that one.
purpose.
The only
Yeah.
the only reason why that movie even happened was to start the theme of getting hands cut off in reference to Star Wars, and they do it in every movie now. And then B, it set up a dark elf being in the collector's collection
Oh my God.
every time they went back there.
Is Idris Elba?
Idris Elba, yeah,
What about him?
he's dead.
He's dead.
He died in
Thanos
Infinity
kills
War.
him at the
He's
beginning.
like my favorite anything and anything ever.
He's the greatest butler of all time.
He's gonna be Black Bond.
I would be okay
I
with that.
hope so.
I would love if he
He
was
would be
Bond.
so good if he was Bond.
Daniel
Oh my
Craig said if he
God.
was gonna do another Bond, he was gonna cut his wrist. That was like 3 months ago.
And then he signed
Or
on for
3
another movie.
years. He's like, yeah, I'll do 6 more.
Yeah.
He's like, I got a lot of blood.
There's only one
Warner Brothers
thing-
just backed up, or who was it? Is it Warner Brothers? No. Whatever company owns Bond just backed up the dump truck of money. Like,
Yeah, they're like, do you want all of the money?
Who the fuck does? Who does own them?
I'll find out.
Warner Brothers.
That's what I thought.
bought
That's what I thought. I don't know.
Disney,
Disney
just acquired
bought
Warner
Bond?
Brothers.
No,
No,
they
Fox.
didn't. You fuck.
Didn't they?
No, they
They
bought
acquired
Fox.
Fox.
Yeah.
There's so many
No, just
corporations.
Like really recently,
No.
they just got another company.
That would take years to do.
Warner Brothers will never. Be
I don't think they'd even let them at this point. Now that they own Fox
To
too,
acquire
that'd be a
Warner
monopoly.
Brothers.
Yeah, they wouldn't. Allow
That'd be a monopoly.
That would be.
I fucking love monopolies, dude.
Or did Warner Brothers
If we had
just buy
a
something?
They
probably
single
bought
world
thing?
government,
Didn't Warner
and a single
Brothers
world
buy like
corporation,
Time Warner Cable? I don't know.
all good.
Oh no, well, Spectrum.
I'm just
let me
fucking
tell you,
throwing gas on everything.
Spectrum bought Time Warner Cable.
Oh yeah.
I know that
Well, yeah.
because I worked there.
Careful.
Oh yeah, shit. I mean, I work at Disney.
I work at the corporation. How about just say that?
I work at that place.
I work at Umbrella.
No, Warner Brother, the production arm of Warner Brothers is owned by No, that's Universal's owned by Comcast. Who the fuck owns Warner Brothers?
Well, we got 2 research experts on it right now, so it'll be good. We can talk about Game of Thrones.
Oh,
in
I
the
just on
meantime.
Reddit.
So the Red Woman is the little girl, and she's gonna tell John he's got to kill Khaleesi to
Hey,
bring out the light.
We're not talking about Game of Thrones.
Nobody's safe in the
for
crypt.
you.
Oh, the
We're not
little girl with the
talking about Game of
burns. I don't think so.
We're all safe in the treehouse.
So yeah, Thor 2, Dark World.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Loki did some stuff.
He's
Look, he did
around.
some things.
He acquired Asgard.
Yeah, say it sets up Loki being.
We
the
should hurry up and
king.
talk about this stuff so we can talk about Godzilla.
Boy,
Fuck
yeah.
Godzilla.
That movie looks great.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Godzilla's
So
alright.
we covered Winter Soldier. Oh, one other fun fact about Winter Soldier is it crossed over with the Agents of Shield TV show, and events happened in Winter Soldier directly affected how the show played out.
If I have never seen an episode of the TV show, will I be okay for tonight?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the show is completely separate. They do it in a really good way where
It's also garbage.
it's not. It's fine. It's perfectly fine if you think
it's-
about it. Like it's a fucking week to week TV show. Like how good can it be?
I watched one episode of it, and I was like, this is like the this is like the B team of the B team of the B team of the B team of the Avengers.
It's prime time, dude.
Well-
you're gonna see it you're gonna see it after Price is Right soon.
The,
in
so
the,
the,
talking
no,
about
the interesting
that
thing,
new-
the interesting thing
middle of
about
the day.
it, the thing about it is it's still in the same universe, but like they're doing other shit. Where like the shit that they're doing, if they didn't do the shit they did, the world would be ending.
Guess
basically.
what? It's probably going to get canceled or moved. So
it's only season 7.
Yeah,
right?
like
Yeah,
they keep
but-
getting renewed
yeah, but
So
Disney is
good.
moving all of their Marvel properties onto their app. So
on the Disney Plus. Yeah,
Who's getting Disney Plus?
I will. It's fucking $6
gonna-
a month.
Yes, $7.
$6.99 for all the
$6.99.
Star Wars content.
And you can pay
Marvel
you can pay like $60 or $70 for the entire year.
Plus, I'm pretty sure the Mandalorian is coming straight to that.
Yeah,
it's gonna
And
it's gonna be a launch title.
fucking Taika Waititi's going to be in it as a droid.
No, he's directing an episode.
Yes, but he's also a character.
He's
in
also
it.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I follow that.
sure.
I follow Favreau on Instagram. By the
Who
way,
else is directing an episode? Bryce Dallas Howard.
Oh god.
Yeah, a bunch of other people.
she's hot.
Yeah, because
she
her
is
dad's movie did so well.
You-
Yeah,
Which was a good movie.
movie's great.
It was a great movie. Fuck anybody who doesn't
You
like Solo.
need to watch. What was it? Fuck it. I got nothing. No, I thought I had something. I'm sorry, I don't.
You do have nothing.
The Mandalorian. Yes, I'm very excited for that. I can't jog my memory. I was gonna say something specifically to you, and I just completely.
It's got the
shut
dude
down.
from Game of Thrones. The Viper.
Well, yeah, the Viper.
Pedro Pascal.
Pedro Pascal.
Very good.
He's gonna
I
be
just
the
saw,
Mandalorian.
I just saw Triple Frontier on Netflix that they sank a lot of money into promoting.
Well,
I see it on everything. I see it on my freaking YouTube as commercials for it all the time. I see it on like side panels and shit. And I've seen it, and it's like, could have done a better job, but.
All right.
Anyway.
After Winter Soldier, what happens next?
that would be Avengers 2. Age of Ultron.
What?
Guardians
Thor-
of the Galaxy.
Oh.
One of the greatest
I love-
films
Proving,
to come out yet.
proving
Good.
that it can be completely silly and funny
Was that
and
the
not
first
take itself seriously.
Was that the first spin-off Marvel movie that they made?
Well, the first real spin-off one that like had nothing to do with anything.
Right.
It was the first time they were like, we're gonna try something crazy.
Oh, I'm so glad it worked.
Yeah.
It was
Mm.
perfect.
Oh yeah.
and two,
Do you really think it was a spin-off? They probably had it in the back.
I would
wasn't
say the
one of
word.
the
I'm saying it's
main-
not,
I would
that's
say
what
the
I'm saying,
word
it's not
offshoot.
It's not a spin-off.
Offshoot.
I would call it a one-off, but it ended up
Two
becoming
off.
its own franchise then. But it was the first test
I
that they
thought-
did after they knew what the
Well, I'm
formula
pretty.
was.
I guarantee they always had it in their minds like this is gonna connect.
I think at this point in time,
But they
know
made
what
it-
they're doing so well
They
that
needed to have
nothing's
They
a
the-
made
test.
it in a way that they could, if it didn't work, they could be like, nah.
Yeah.
I want to give credit where credit is due and say that Guardians 2 did something that not a lot of sequels do. It was good, and it did not jump the shark. It did not overdo it. It did not try to capitalize on its own previous success. It did its own thing, and it was very good. I just want to say that.
I feel like it has the best music of the entire
Oh,
franchise.
fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm like
Oh,
the-
yeah.
I think I'm like the
That's
only.
James Gunn.
I'm like the only person that doesn't get off on the soundtracks for those movies. Like, yeah, those are good songs from the '60s, like the '70s and '80s. Like,
I love those.
congratulations.
But the thing they do with it is they like, it contrasts really weird, but it also like ties into the scene
Like,
really well.
I like them in the movie. Like, it's part of
It makes sense
Peter
as to
Quill's
why they
character.
do it.
Like, yeah, it's cool
It's
that
the
way. But
music
like,
that
I
his
don't know.
mom
I
gives
just
them,
don't.
so that's all
I
he
just.
knows.
I would also
All,
like
the only
to,
reason that stuff's in the movie is to
Right.
get the older generation to go see him.
Well, it's also
It's
his
just a
only
money
tie
play.
to Earth.
It's just a
really.
money play.
I don't think.
I want
don't
to.
think
I want to
so.
say, as somebody who grew up, I saw
It's the only
Dave
reason my parents like
Bautista-
those movies.
I saw Dave Bautista premiere in WWE, and he was just a freak. And like, you'd never think. Well, The Rock wasn't good on the mic when he started, and then he's a mega superstar. Dave Bautista is so funny as Drax. I think he's
And at least
hilarious.
he's super loyal as well
he's-
to the director and the
Yeah,
cast.
that
Yes.
was during that whole debacle of when James Gunn got fired.
Oh,
When
fuck
James
that
Gunn
whole
had
thing.
made a tweet
Yeah.
8 years before he started even doing
That was a-
anything.
He said, "What did the tweet say?"
here's what
it was,
so-
it was
so pretty
really
fucked
kind
up
of
shit.
stupid.
Yeah, but it
fucked
wasn't.
up
It
shit.
wasn't him. So remember when on Twitter when you used to retweet somebody, you could
Yeah.
edit what it said they said.
Uh-huh.
he would like retweet his friend's tweets and be like, I fucked a kid last night. But like, so it
Okay.
looked like his friend said that.
And how old was he back then? Like 30?
I don't know.
I'm gonna still
Probably
be saying
younger.
shit like that when I'm 30. I'm
People
almost
always
30
say-
myself.
I still say stupid shit every day. I probably
People
said
say
stupid
that
shit
you're not
today.
supposed to say anything on
Say
the
stupid
internet
shit
that
right
you don't
now.
want to be held accountable to, but that's
Yeah.
still, you don't go digging up people's past just to shit on them just because
Yeah.
you're terrible and you suck at
Judge
your
them how
life.
they act now,
Yeah.
yeah.
or within the last.
Where
They
People
rehired
change
him,
so
3 to 5
much,
years.
even in
What
just a
was the
year.
most popular word to say 10 years ago? Retard.
Oh, I was gonna. Okay.
Sorry, I just said it. Well, no one's watching
Well,
anyway,
no,
so we're
Well,
good.
yeah,
Wasn't
well,
it even
like
gay
10 years
back
ago is
then?
when Tropic Thunder came out with the giant retard rant from Downey Jr.
And everything people used to say gay too all the
Yep.
time back then.
I
I
still
just
do.
reposted a picture of me saying "ha gay," and I was laying on the couch with a dude sleeping, like, and no one said shit to me. I feel like
Gay.
it's going. It wasn't that gay, but it was just the word "ha gay." I know. So sleeping with a dude on a couch. It was like, I think the pendulum's swinging back. Like, it's getting away from the sensitivity of it.
I hope so.
But as far as I just wanted to say like how great Dave Bautista is like as an actor, and then just he's so
As a
funny.
person.
That part where he's like, "I've mastered the art. If I'm so slow, you can't see me."
It's the
And he's just doing this slow and just
Mantis just walks in. Hi, Drax.
yeah, it's just so his character, and he just owns it so well. He just announced his retirement from WWE because I'm sure he's doing film.
He's got like
full-time.
3 movies. I just saw the trailers for like 3 movies with him in there.
Yeah,
now.
and he's doing
One
like
of
a comedy.
One of them is
action
like
or
a
some shit.
rip-off of just the taxi thing from Deadpool. Like I think it's almost the same guy. It's
Hey.
like an Indian taxi driver and then a dude getting in a bunch of gunfights.
It's gonna be yeah,
It's
it's
like
fine.
that's
It's fine.
Deadpool 1.
He was in Blade Runner 2 for like 10 minutes, so
Yeah, the
that was
beginning.
fine.
Are
He's
they
a
gonna
bad
bring
act-
Deadpool
he's a bad
into
actor, though.
Endgame?
What?
He's not a good actor.
You don't
but-
think Dave
you hear
Bautista's a
what-
good actor?
Did you hear what Kevin Feige said about Deadpool? They're not touching him. They're not going to change how he is.
Yeah. Yeah, they're going to keep him rated R.
Yeah.
As
Okay.
they should.
So
I
that
don't-
means post Endgame we could definitely get some Deadpool
But
action
here-
with because Kevin Feige also just said they're going to be bringing like the X-Men home in the right way and like stuff like that.
What do you
too.
think the chances are? I don't
He
want to get
needs
too
to
ahead
get
of
with
us.
Peter Parker.
What do you?
He's
Yeah.
his
What
best
do you?
buddy from the
What do you think the
comics.
chances are
I
of
thought it
him
was
of
Wolverine.
any cameo of any Fox property being in
He-
tonight? Even a small cameo
He's
at the end.
buddies with Wolverine,
At the end?
but he
Yeah.
is like he and Peter Parker
Not
always
high.
go back and forth. He annoys Peter Parker. Peter Parker doesn't really quite put up with it as much, but
There-
they have a
there's
really
that-
funny dynamic.
There's that one scene in the comics, one part in the comics where I think Peter gets shot or something, and so Deadpool puts on his the Spider-Man outfit and like runs to have the bad guys chase him instead. It was like actually really sad because he's like, "I got you, buddy. You stay here. I got this." I was like, "Deadpool's a good guy."
Yeah.
Let's
Oh yeah. He cares about Spider-Man.
let's
he
boy.
is also a dick. He has the cure for blindness,
Which-
but he's not sharing it with anyone.
Spider-Man.
Of course.
That reminds me of the one thing I hated
Deadpool
about
has it,
Civil
yeah.
War was that the whole thing with Captain America and
It's just a
Spider-Man
bunch of
changed.
cocaine.
Like in the comic books with Civil War, Captain America was basically like Spider-Man kept switching sides because he didn't know who was right, and Captain America gave that speech that whatever her name is gave at Peggy's funeral about like you have to stand, blah blah blah. I was like, man, that's like such a iconic Captain America scene, and
And-
they just like took it away from
and
him.
Spider-Man dies in that Civil War run
Does
So
it?
it's
Yeah.
Captain
because there's a
America.
famous panel of Captain America carrying Spider-Man's body. Because Spider-Man in that comic series, I believe, was the first hero to unmask himself and reveal himself to the world. And he led the way, and then he ends up getting killed for it, basically.
Do you remember when?
I think he gets killed in the crossfire when the two sides fight each other, actually.
Do you remember when they found him unmasked in the second Spider-Man
Oh.
movie?
Oh,
What a
I was
great
just
Just a
thinking about that.
kid. And they're carrying
After
his
he saves the
body.
train
Yeah.
of all the people, that's probably one of the best comic book moments in a movie.
Oh, yeah. Because
That
of
they've ever
because
shot.
of what happens, and then what happens afterwards, the
And,
reactions
yeah.
that people have.
It's so real.
Yeah.
I just saw that scene a few weeks ago, and I think I might be making it wrong, but I think one of the guys on the subway is Joey Diaz or whatever, the guy you just saw in Milwaukee. I think
It might
I think
be
there's a
him.
cameo of him.
He's been in he's been in How I Met Your Mother. He's been in The Longest Yard, and even one of my coworkers like, is that the guy from The Longest Yard you saw on the weekend? I'm like,
I think
yeah.
I remember seeing that on r/movie details.
Yeah, because I remember
back,
like he
I
steps in front of
Googled it.
Doc Ock, and then it was like, oh, that's actually I've never noticed that was actually an actor.
Joey Diaz, Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, I think
Yep.
it's him. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know things.
So what happens after Guardians 1?
Age
Age of Ultron, which is another movie I don't get why people don't like it.
Joey
Because
Diaz is in
the reason people don't like it is because Ultron was wasted as a villain. He could have been a lot better than he
Yeah.
was.
Yeah, but we don't know that he's gone.
he became
He's gone.
Vision took
basically
care
became
of the,
Vision,
Didn't
yeah.
Vision take care of the last one?
Yeah, but the whole
You're
idea
scared.
they even said
But
in
he
the
also
movie,
went
like,
on the internet.
Yeah,
and
he went on the
could've stored
internet.
some part
Well,
of
I don't
himself
doubt that.
somewhere.
He was a
I don't-
cloud
I don't.
villain.
I don't
Yeah.
doubt that. I'm just telling you why people.
Then he
overall
leaked
didn't like
Jennifer Lawrence's
I'm not
nudes
saying. I'm not
from
saying.
the cloud.
I'm not saying I didn't like it. I like the
Hey.
movie perfectly fine. I
Hey.
love James Spader
Those
as
are all right.
Ultron. James Spader was perfectly cast as Ultron.
Oh, that was great.
Oh, yeah.
I love James Spader.
I love his
I love
little
him in The Office.
Pinocchio
Dude, Robert
mimic
California.
that he
I'm the
does.
fucking Lizard King.
I'm the fucking lizard.
You know, when my wife, what he was going on some kind of like drunk rant, but it was like a perfect drunk rant where he's like leaning back with a bottle of wine, just talking. He goes,
At the pool party.
I have one of the best home theater systems money can buy. And you know what all I've ever watched on this damn thing? On Golden fucking Pond. And hey, I've seen on Golden Pond. It's fucking boring. So,
Sounds like it.
But man, like,
it's
I
okay.
wasn't as thrilled
One
with the
real
second
quick,
Avengers though. as
Henry
the first one,
Fonda, like one of the greatest Western stars ever, is in that movie, and he's
Hey.
old as shit.
This is an Avengers podcast.
Yeah, it's also my podcast. So
Whoa.
yeah.
I'm gonna hit this button here real quick, and I'm cuts the mic. Like
What
no
came
talking
after
to it.
Avengers 2.
of Joltron? What came after Ultron?
One of the best movies ever.
Guardians 2 then.
Nope.
No.
Ant-Man 1.
Oh,
Hey,
so
There
good.
we go.
I really like that. I hated the second one, but I love the
What?
first
I
one.
love
Yeah,
the
okay.
second one.
Ant-Man 1 has my favorite Marvel Cinematic Universe moment that they've ever done so far.
What's that?
You know what it is.
What is it?
You know what?
It features Thomas the Tank Engine.
Oh yeah.
That was great.
The villain is on the. They're fighting in the little kid's room, and Ant-Man launches the villain onto the train tracks, and then he kind of like. He's getting reacquainted, and he looks up, and he sees the train charging at him. Granted, they're really little right now.
Right.
And it's just a little model train. And he's like, oh my god, I'm about to get hit by this train. And then it zooms out, and the little train just like gently,
taps
very
him.
gently
Yeah.
gets derailed as it hits him. And
Oh,
it's just
yeah.
so brilliant.
It's so funny,
that
dude.
They make it so dramatic, and then
I want to actually watch that. Right.
and then it becomes giant later on and crashes through the wall of the room, and it's just a giant Thomas the Tank Engine.
Why didn't you like the
It's
second one,
it's
though?
a GIF. Okay, so I watched it on Netflix on the day of that really icy cold day where like they sent everybody home from work and shit, and I watched it very like I was glued to it.
I can see it. You're gonna have to find the clip on YouTube because I don't know if you'll get it in its full
Oh, it's right
context.
there.
And
I got it. No, I've seen it.
yeah,
So I don't know why it's not playing again. I ended up watching it. I just didn't like it. I just simply didn't like it.
it was a different style of humor than the other Marvel movies. It was one of those kind of like we're expecting you to laugh. Here, we're pause for you to laugh at this now.
Yeah.
and then keep.
I was
going.
also just I found it very boring.
I think they were also limited to they had to set up a lot of stuff for Endgame.
Sure.
Yeah,
I just
it
found
was working with not
Well,
a lot of source material. I don't think it's a lot of the other things that they had.
Well, it's kind of a weird movie in the fact that like,
it's very niche.
well, no, not necessarily that, but like, it kind of is just a very personal movie. It's about this small group of people. It doesn't really matter what's going on around them. It's just focusing on their issues and problems. Like, it's a very personal movie between like, it's like very much about Pym and what's
His
her name?
family and
What's the chick's name?
Michelle
Evangeline.
The Wasp.
Well, what's her name?
I don't
Michelle
remember.
Pfeiffer.
Well, no, Michelle Pfeiffer is the
Wrong.
mom. Evangeline Lilly is the actress's name.
Yeah, what's her name?
In the show or in the movie, her name is
Is it Claire?
Is it? I think it might be.
Claire Daniels.
No. I just don't want to look it up.
Stormy.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Her first name is also Pym. Her name's just Pym Pym.
God damn it. It's Hope Van
Oh, Hope,
Dyne
Hope, Hope,
slash
Hope.
Wasp.
That's right, Hope.
Think
But yeah,
Louis
it's
is gonna
very.
show
The
up?
movie is very. Oh, I almost guarantee.
Wait, why is her name different? Last name different than?
Well, she was.
I thought T.I. was
she-
actually funny in that movie too.
He
Well,
was.
he's great. But the reason her last name was different to distance herself from her dad, so that her old boss wouldn't know that they're working together.
Gotcha.
To think that they were still separated out, like whatever. But the second movie is very much about Pym and Hope, or like Hank and Hope, trying to get their mom back. Like that's the whole thing. And I think Scott is kind of a secondary character in it. He's just there to help further the plot, and he kind of just gets caught up in it because he's serving his time for helping out Captain America, just kind of rushing off. And I don't know. I like how it's a more personal movie, but I totally understand where people are like, it's just not the same. It's a very different.
I like that
Marvel
whole the whole concept of that. Like Civil War was all about them, like one group fighting authority and one group fighting like who can be superheroes, and then he gets arrested. And he's like, okay, I'll stay home.
Yeah, it's like fine.
The end credits scene to Ant-Man and the Wasp 2, though, was
that sets up
perfect setup for Endgame. Yeah. But let's continue from the first Ant-Man. Like, what's after that then?
Well, the other greatest movie, the Civil War, is next.
Woo!
Yep. Because they set up Ant-Man with his original movie, and then they go right into Civil War, where he's going to be
destroys an airport.
Wait a minute. Oh yeah, and that's when Tom Holland was first premiered.
Correct.
Before his Homecoming
and Black
movie.
They ruined
Black
that
Panther,
though.
That's right.
They ruined the whole Tom Holland intro. They should have just had him show up. They shouldn't have shown him in the trailers. It should have just been like, it should have just happened.
They definitely should have kept it a secret.
Yeah, if he should have swung into the airport and it would have been like, fuck.
Yeah, it would have been incredible.
On the roost.
Which is what's going to happen tonight. All of a sudden, Deadpool's going to walk out.
Oh my god, dude! If they have anything like that, where it's a character we were just not expecting, it's going to be amazing.
I feel like that would have leaked already if it was.
I've been avoiding.
Are
leaks.
you looking at the leaks?
Well, here's the thing, though.
I'm not Okay, you. This is not. I'm gonna liken Game of Thrones. You can go on Facebook any day of the week now and find spoilers for the new episode.
Oh yeah,
of course.
I was expecting that for this. I haven't found it yet.
Well,
I am not going.
People haven't taken.
That's because the only people that have seen it are critics, and they're being very respectful.
I am not going to forums or anything like Reddit or Threads.
Well,
anything.
you won't find it on Reddit.
I'm not going to anything actively searching. But as of scrolling today, I've been up since 5, so it's not much time. I've been looking, and I'm like, nothing. I'm shocked. Nothing.
Well, as far as Reddit goes, Disney's been paying them to literally ban anybody who posts spoilers.
Well, also, a lot of people will make memes out of it, and if there's not a digital version that's easily acquirable in good quality, it's hard for them to then make said memes right away. Whereas Game of Thrones, you immediately have a 1080p copy, digital copy to make memes of.
Yeah.
True. And all we have are the Australian torrents.
Plus, like Caleb said,
Endgame.
not a lot of people have seen it.
Only the
Well, apparently
only the critics.
55,000.
Well, whatever. We know that that's just people because people can do that all the time.
Also, those votes.
How are they gonna like verify you've seen the movie?
Those votes don't count unless you're a very regular user. So like, some of those it's even more selective than we thought.
Don't worry, guys. Just like Captain Marvel, Disney's paying the theaters to fill the seats, even though there's nobody there.
Seat
People
filler?
were so mad that Captain
Kramer's
Marvel
a
did
seat
good.
filler.
Yeah, dude. That's why I posted that big rant on Facebook because it's like, shut the fuck up.
I
If you
didn't
don't
see
want
it.
to see it, don't see it. But don't hate on everyone else for seeing it.
No, I
Who
didn't see your
cares?
post. I'm gonna have to
Yeah,
refollow
you
you. No,
unfollowed me
I'm
on
gonna
Facebook.
refollow you. I thought about that the other
I
day.
just said because I keep seeing like if you would look at anything that was involving Captain Marvel at all on Facebook, it was like thousands of neckbeards just going, yeah, Disney actually just paid all the theater tickets and nobody actually saw the movie.
Dude, you wouldn't have to pay me to put my ass back in the seat. I love that movie.
Yeah, like,
Or
it was
I love the this movie's too political. It's like, why? Because at one point in the movie she was like, I don't need your approval. Oh man. Ooh.
How many men have said that?
like, that's literally
has
just her
Captain
character.
America already did that.
Woo, right?
Ooh, man, so political. Such a feminist movie.
Neckbeard. Oh, dude, I gotta.
I know. Kind of.
It's getting out of hand.
No,
dude.
yours is trimmed though. It's kept neat.
Well, it's trimmed, yeah, but like it's not. It's still there. So enough about my neckbeard.
Would you say it's
I'm embarrassed.
Pim improper?
Ooh.
God damn it.
So Civil War was
Thank you.
that was really good up until like it usually was Avengers was the biggest one, and then Avengers 2 was kind of like the next biggest one, and then Civil War was really like.
Civil War was
Do you feel like when Civil War came out that it was better than Avengers 1?
Yes.
At that point?
Yeah. Well, when Civil War came out, it was the best Marvel. The only argument was which is better, this or Winter Soldier, for the best Marvel movie.
At the time.
Overall, Marvel movie.
My personal opinion, I think that Civil War is better. Not because of anything solid, just because I like the fact that it's a little tragic in the way that these heroes have enough flaws that they fought each other.
And there wasn't really
And they
even a
didn't
main
get along.
villain that they were fighting.
Right.
I was going to say
that was why it was so
The
different.
reason I actually like that movie is because the villain is so.
The villain is
Subtle,
animosity.
almost.
Well, the villain himself is just a normal man.
Yeah.
And
he's
that's what I
useless.
love about it.
And he's just trying to stew disarray into.
He
the
is
people.
purely out for revenge for his family.
Plus- it worked.
Plus, it introduced
It worked.
probably
Oh, yeah.
the most badass character in the MCU,
Such as
Which one?
Black Panther.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, I was gonna say Crossbones, but
Well, too bad he's dead. But
Yeah, it's that dude's
For
dead.
now.
I know, dude. Yeah, but he probably did the most emotional damage. He blew up part of a hospital with kids in it.
Well, he was-
They blew up a children's wing. You heard? Didn't he?
No.
Who?
The woman like
Black
threw
Panther.
him in.
Oh,
No,
Scarlet
Black
Witch.
Panther didn't do
No,
anything.
no, no, no. I think that was a hospital actually.
He threw crossbones
hey,
into it and it blew up.
Hey, fucks. What's the whole... Fuckheads. What's the whole reason that the Accords are put into place?
Sokovia.
so that superheroes
Because they
can't
threw
just do
him
what
up.
they want.
No, listen. They threw him up. The building he blew out was where the fucking Wakandan delegation was.
Oh yeah. That's
Yeah, but
true.
they were there on like a volunteer.
It's a political
thing.
building or whatever.
Oh, I thought they were like
No, it was
volunteering
just
at a
embassy.
hospital.
Yeah, a bunch of just the Wakandan. It was like
Embassy?
it was just like the floor that the Wakandans had their office on, or some shit like that. Basically, like, yeah, that's why the whole thing starts where they come and they're like, "What the fuck, guys? You blew up our people," you know, like shit. Like that's when the whole thing starts.
We're
is
a
'cause-
Black Panther
yeah.
your ass.
I did. I admit, like I got breathless during the part where he was pulling the shield down in the trailer, like with his claws.
The motorcycle flip, which was a real thing, they didn't. That was not CGI. When Sebastian Stan grabs the dude off the motorcycle, flips it around, and jumps onto it, that was real.
Damn.
That was like one of the coolest scenes in any movie ever. It's just so fucking good. That whole movie is just
What about the
cinematically
scene
amazing.
in Lord of the Rings where Legolas grabs a running horse and does a flip under its neck up onto the
That was
top of
CGI
it?
though. I assume.
Can you prove that?
I
Yeah.
assume. Oh, because they're gonna
What comes after Civil War?
some union actor is gonna fucking jump under a
Some
horse.
Union asshole. Before we
That too.
get to Avengers Endgame,
Infinity
I'm gonna take
War
a bathroom.
even, yeah.
End War, Infinity Game. I'm gonna take a bathroom break. You guys can keep going.
Yeah, so let's go on to
Unprofessional.
the next one. What's the one after
Before we get to the big
Civil
goose.
War?
Yeah.
Is that Guardians 2 or Ragnarok? No,
Nope.
Ragnarok came after Guardians 2, so
Yeah.
And Guardians 2 did not come next. So what came after
hold
that?
on. After Civil War,
Ant-Man 2?
no, that's even newer.
Oh yeah, that's even newer.
It was like Infinity
Oh,
War.
Suicide Squad.
Before that, Ant-Man 2. Before that was
The next-
Ragnarok, and
next
before
film
that was
is
Guardians 2, and
Doctor
before
Strange.
that, okay,
Oh,
Doctor Strange. That's where it
Doctor
falls in.
I was talking about that before, and I kind of
I
forgot about
really
it.
liked Doctor Strange
a great
for
movie.
what it was.
Yeah,
As,
I really
as like a standalone story.
I would say
in
I
the Marvel
enjoy it a lot
universe.
because it could be its own thing. You don't even
Right.
have it. You don't have to have it connected. It could just be its
It
own
was
thing.
kind of a huge tonal shift for the MCU too. Like it was just way different. So I think that kind of is why it wasn't as popular. But
I liked it because it was somebody that wasn't just immediately accepting of everything that was going on around
Right, like
him.
he's a
and
scientist,
it was from
essentially,
our
or
perspective.
doctor,
From
whatever.
our perspective as an audience, it was just like a really interesting way to have this new concept presented to us from somebody that we can relate to that would be ourselves in that situation.
Right, like he is himself a skeptic.
Yeah.
plus he's an asshole.
Yeah, exactly. A lot
And then
of
he
people
just
don't like
takes
the
a
movie.
shitload of LSD and then
It's
there we go.
It's funny because a lot of people don't like the movie because he's like people don't like him as the character in the movie. Like he's too much of a dick. I'm just like, stop.
Well, Doctor
That's
Who
the
is
point.
kind of hard to get into.
Oh, I know exactly. Stop.
I hate people like that. Like that's like in the people that always, not to bring up Game of Thrones again, but like a villain would do something evil and they'd be like, I can't believe you put that on TV. It's like that's called setting up a character.
Yeah, it's like that's what
He's a bad
you
guy.
Have to, you have to have a reason to go after this guy.
Yeah.
Like,
Just like Doctor Strange. Yeah, he's an asshole because that's his character development that he
Oh, yeah.
slowly realizes he's a
well, exactly.
fucking
Well,
asshole.
They don't
he's also like a hard counter to Tony Stark. Like he's also
Yeah.
another like
The people that complain about that are just playing into the hands of the writers because that's the kind of thing that they want to admit. They want to admit that rage and emotion against a
they're
villain.
like characters have flaws.
yeah.
Especially Captain America.
All right, then.
Yeah, Doctor Strange.
Who's the
Anyway.
most flawed character in the MCU?
Ooh, I like this question. Most flawed? It's got to be Tony.
Flawed in
It's got to be
what
Tony
way?
Stark, right?
Just overall, like
I
they're
always want to associate flawed with useless.
It's not though. Like Tony's. I think almost everything Tony does is to trying to tone for something, or like I think he's probably the most flawed. He created Ultron. Like think about stuff like that. Like he was arrogant enough to think that he could like defend, do all these different things.
Yeah.
That's true.
I mean, who else even comes close to touching him? Star-Lord,
Thanos?
maybe? No.
Star-Lord
Thanos
pretty
is
much
flawed.
has the same.
I don't think Thanos is
Personality.
that flawed, actually. I think he has, like, one major...
Actually, I think Star-Lord is more flawed than Tony Stark because they have like the same
Probably.
level of
It's
arrogance.
the 50% stupid human in him, though.
Yeah, but they have the same level of arrogance, but Star-Lord doesn't have the intelligence to back it up like Tony does.
Right. Otherwise, like, flawed characters, you could look at, like, Rocket, honestly. Like, he's...
Oh, God, yeah, he's terrible.
He has a lot of redemption that has to happen in this last movie.
Like, well, I mean, maybe not. He
Like
might
for a
not be flawed.
character.
He might not be flawed, though, because that could...
He
It's
is
just part of
kinda
his
flawed.
character. Like, he just is what he is, you know? So...
Well, no, because he pushes like they bring that up in Guardians too. That he pushes away everybody, you
Right.
know,
Right.
which is a flaw.
He's always just trying to look out for himself at any time that he can and get out so that nothing happens to him.
Right.
But on a deeper level, he's also using that to cover up his feelings for
Yeah.
everybody,
Yeah.
which
So-
is weird.
Yeah. So, and you would argue that Captain America is the most flawed.
I don't say he's the most flawed. He's just very like
Very flawed.
he's not some vanilla pure
Oh, yeah.
fucking
He's not a Boy Scout.
yeah.
But yeah, I think it's got to be Tony or Star-Lord, but probably Tony because even though he has the intelligence, he still does the things that, you know, he's still done these things.
What about...
No, but that's what I'm saying.
And
is
he can't take
I think
responsibility for things
I think if
sometimes.
Star-Lord was as smart as Tony is, he would have done the same things.
Oh, that way, sure.
What about Banner?
I don't think he's that flawed.
No, he's
You don't think so?
He's probably the closest
He's
to a
so-
Boy Scout.
He was the one that was able to get the Hulk under control. And now things are
Well,
just happening.
apparently not, because
well,
he
no, I'm
can't
saying
get the
now
Hulk
the
to
things
come
are things
out
have just
and-
happened that are like would beyond his understanding. At
Which
this
will
point.
we'll probably get Professor Hulk in this movie. is
Yeah.
what I hear.
That'd be sweet. But yeah, like I think he's a very like just overall good character, like good person. You know, and he wants to be good.
I'm always angry. It was a great fucking line.
Oh yeah, it's pretty sweet. Let's see. Okay, so the next movie on our list.
I'm going to amend it. I think Vision. I don't like him as a character. I don't think he's really contributed anything. He's just been...
I don't think he's flawed, though.
His only reason for existing is because he houses a stone. There's nothing else that he contributes. He contributes
He's
a
an
very
AI. He's an
fake
AI.
love story.
He's an
to a
AI.
universe.
Well, he's an AI designed to protect humanity.
Right, but he
And they're
doesn't
just
really
all their-
contribute anything.
Well, like, what are you talking about? Like, he's an
I feel
AI.
like
Like,
he's
he's a
just a plot
computer.
point.
His whole point is like Spock and Star Trek.
But then
He's trying to become human.
It's kind of like
Yeah, but
saying
they're-
Jarvis didn't contribute.
but
he's
then
a-
they're just pushing a fake love story, and that defines
No,
his
that's not
entire
fake.
character.
not a fake love story.
In
the whole
Infinity War, I mean, that's the only thing that he is. That's all he ever talks about is how he loves Wanda, and that's the only thing that he
that's
does
a
the entire
huge
movie.
character development for him. Is because his whole point has been trying to become more human. And
He's a robot that
he's
learned
been
to love.
trying to get the human experience. Like that's huge for him. Like look at him. He's trying to emulate humanity. He gets to look human. Like he's gotten that down. Like he's trying so hard to become.
Well, the last time an
Human.
AI tried to understand humanity, he tried to kill them all. So
Skynet.
Thanks, Elon Musk.
no, Ultron.
Oh yeah. I don't think he tried to. No, his
But Vision
his
took
whole
He
over
thought
Ultron.
of humanity
No.
as a plague after learning about him.
Yeah, he was saying our own worst enemy is ourselves. That's why we have to be protected from ourselves. Because his whole
We're
mandate is to
talking
protect
about the
humanity.
most flawed Marvel character, in your opinion.
I think it's Star-Lord.
And I put forth
Like
Tony Stark,
bad-
and then I
bad
amended
flawed?
myself.
Like not good character writing.
No,
or
like
No,
flawed
like
as
they,
in-
Flawed
as a
as in-
person, they are flawed.
okay.
like who has the deepest flaws?
Not like who's the most useless, but
Who's the deepest
actually who.
Cut on them emotionally.
Definitely Stark or Star Lord because of like, the things.
I
that
was
they
gonna
have to
say
do.
Stark.
That was my first thought, and then I brought up
Yeah,
Star Lord.
that's-
Yeah, we brought up
My
Star Lord
knee-jerk reaction.
I think I just like I said to Caleb. I think it's Star-Lord because he has the same level of arrogance as Tony Stark does, but not with the intelligence to back it up and make like the decisions like Tony does. I think that Tony's arrogance helps him in some situations. Like if he wasn't as arrogant as he was, he never would have thought he would have been able to make the Iron Man suit in the first place. So it helped him, but I don't think helps Star-Lord nearly as much. Like he kind of gets fucked by himself more often than. I mean, he basically destroyed half the universe because he got mad.
That's a good point. I don't know the characters well enough to make a decision. But if I'm going by anything, I'd probably say Tony Stark.
I think that's not a wrong answer.
No, neither. I don't think technically there's any wrong.
But yeah, the next movie we're on is Guardians 2.
We had
Which-
talked about Doctor Strange
Really
just
liked
before.
Oh, I skipped Doctor Strange?
Yeah.
Ooh, good. Good time.
Yeah, so Guardians 2.
I see a lot of people like that movie, and Nate can attest. I'm someone who does not like that movie.
Guardians 2?
Nope.
Why is that?
That movie made me tear up a little bit.
I have so many issues.
I
with
do
that
have
movie.
to think or say the plot to it is kind of weaker than the first.
That is-
At least
Yeah.
they had something to go for, and that was to stop an Infinity Stone with a dance off. But And the second one is just, oh yeah, by the way, I'm your dad. Oh, I want your genes.
See,
oh,
I like that.
I'm dead.
Come on, don't
you
wanna have a cat?
I like that whole dynamic. See, the thing is, I like the plot of that movie. The problem I have is I think the writing of that movie is so horrendously poor. It's just awful.
Like, do you feel like the jokes are just miss, or what aspect
as
of
opposed
it is
to being
off
natural, as opposed
compared
for
to
the jokes,
first?
as opposed to being natural, it is executed like an actual comedy where they're like, oh, you get a joke, you get a joke, you get a joke. Everyone, Drax was
Like a
reduced.
sitcom.
Drax was reduced from a character with depth and meaning to someone who just is there to
One-offs,
tell jokes.
right? Yeah.
He doesn't have any meaning anymore. And then
And they introduced Mantis, who isn't a very strong.
I like
character to
Mantis,
me.
but she's also just there for comedy.
She's powerful, but at the same time, just
Right.
outside of a fight, she's
her whole
just kinda
thing is
like,
just to be a companion for Drax to do jokes with.
To fuck.
Yeah,
They're a duo.
But
fuck.
and then I love the whole thing with Ego. I think that whole thing is awesome. My favorite part of the movie is the stuff with Rocket and Yondu.
That was good.
That's my favorite part of the movie. Because
Oh, dude, when Yondu died,
yeah,
oh,
dude,
God.
that's horrible.
Hey,
But at least
hey.
he got the,
It looked like shit. The CGI was terrible, but oh my God.
he's
He may
Mary
have been
Poppins,
he
man.
may have been your father, but he wasn't your daddy.
Now, when it comes to the writing,
Yeah.
the reason I hate this movie is like kind of summed up with the stuff where they're like the taser face thing.
Yeah.
Why do all these aliens speak English?
Well, you can say
B,
that about anything.
Why is it called a taser? I just have a whole issue with like the
Well,
whole
Quill
all
has
these
a
other civilizations
language
in the
implant, and
that's never
what
explained.
people do.
It's
Yes,
never
yes, it
explained.
is.
When?
I
When
don't
he
think
gets
it is.
detained in the first movie, it shows a list of everything that he has,
Oh,
and it
you're
shows
right.
an implant, a language implant, as one of the things listed.
That's
it's
like
very
a
small.
small.
All right.
It's not like thrown at you
But
as
a lot of
something
the
to know about.
my whole point of the movie is a lot of the stuff like that interaction wise they make the other civilizations out in the universe seem too Earth-like to me.
You can say that
And-
about a lot of things, though. Like, I just watched for the first
just-
time the original Star Trek series. Everybody's a fucking human.
It's the '60s. I don't care. About
Well,
that.
nobody would want to watch a movie
Even like the
17
next
different
generation.
dialects, though.
Still, you got to think. You have to think. Like every other Marvel movie has done a really good job of making it actually seem plausible or like grounded.
Captain Marvel, they spoke English.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
But that's already been set up in the Guardians movies. So like
Wait,
they can
what-
get away with it now because people have accepted that. My whole thing is like have a higher standard for yourself.
At the end
Also,
of-
for like the Ego the Planet thing when he's doing his exposition spiel, like I made myself look like what I assumed that intelligent life would be. And it's just a human body.
great.
It's just a human body. It's like fuck off. That's not what you'd fucking think of as a fucking biological being. That's so lazy and convenient writing. It's such bullshit. I hate it so much. It's
I like
awful.
that Stallone played himself.
right?
well, he can't portray anybody else.
But honestly, like
I love Stallone, but yeah.
like if I watched that movie again, I would be able to point out and be like, oh, I hate this. Like this is something I have a problem with.
The bass in your voice got so heavy when you were saying, "I hate it. I fucking hate
I
it."
hate it.
Didn't they set up something at the end of
I could
Guardians
feel it.
2 though with the golden people?
Oh yeah,
that they
well,
haven't touched
Warlock.
on yet?
Well, I guarantee that's just gonna be Guardians 3. Like yeah, with the I guess they could pop up in like Endgame, but I think it's just a setup
Warlock.
for the next movie because that's
Adam
just like
Warlock.
a James Gunn. Oh, that thing.
Yeah.
he could be a character, but I'm saying like I think James Gunn is just setting
Because
himself up
he's
for his own
wielding
movies.
Infinity
I don't think
Stones
he
as
really
well.
cares about
Yeah.
the other MCU stuff that much. Like he only
Well, it's not
sets
his
he
choice.
only I was gonna say he only sets up the other stuff in the MCU what he's required to.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I think he's setting up more stuff he wants to tell in his stories.
Of course, everybody wants to tell their own story and not set up other people's.
I also just
glory.
don't like James Gunn that much. I don't think Super is a good movie, and
You don't like Super?
No.
It's so
Fuck
good.
you.
I watched it once. I thought it was
Was that where
annoying,
Ryan Reynolds has like
No,
No, that's Rainn
it's
Wilson.
Rainn Wilson
But I
from
do-
The
Ellen
Office.
Page.
But I did like Slither.
Yeah.
That's a pretty fun horror movie.
Dude, Super is so
It's
sad.
so funny.
It is
And
sad.
funny
It's really
and
odd.
but
just-
it's
I don't know. I did not
It's
like
like
it that much.
Kick-Ass and
Yeah, where's that third one?
Kingsman. Like they're just really good comic adaptations.
But it's not like over the top like those are, but it's like this.
No, it's very over.
There's
the
just
top.
something.
But not
There's
like-
something about it just rubbed me. It rubbed me the wrong way, and I just don't like it.
It's very offbeat humor.
I feel like
It is.
when I watch James Gunn's movies, I feel like he's so far up his own ass that he like I just he feels like one of those type of people to me.
So what
when
was
I'm
your-
watching his movies,
What was your opinion on the whole tweet debacle then?
I
you
was
have
I was
one?
totally on the side. I'm just like, fuck off. Like that.
Caleb
who
leaked it,
cares?
that's what happened.
Yeah, I was literally like, who cares? It took
Caleb
place like
was
10
the
years ago.
start of the fire.
I dug those tweets up. Actually, I did not
was
want him
you.
touching
Caleb
another.
did
No.
and
He's
start-
right
I'm
here.
on,
No, I'm
yeah.
actually really happy he's making Guardians 3 because it'll actually be consistent.
Yeah.
I just had a problem with how it was like all the problems I had with Guardians 2 were such small things.
They were just personal preferences.
They're very personal preferences, and like I think I'm spoiled by like other. I think the reason is because I like sci-fi stuff so much, where I have like a higher expectation of like sci-fi. Like I do more.
So why in Star Wars are they human?
What?
This isn't a Star
They're
Wars
humans in
podcast.
Star Wars.
I mean, if
and
you-
they speak English.
Well, that's because
And they're
Well,
just
when
a
episode-
fucking
They're talking
galaxy.
basic.
When episode 9 comes out, we'll talk about it. What's next?
No, I'm saying in his argument to Guardians 2. It's
but
the same
the thing is, in Guardians 2, not all the people that look.
got to Endgame yet.
Yeah, the thing with Guardians 2 is like no one else around is human. They're all different colored skin, and they're all different. They all look different. That's why they should
we
be
have
speaking
a-
different languages. Why are they speaking English?
have to take a time
Why
out
is their
at some
slang
point?
the same?
Did you
stuff
see
like
the
that.
cantina scene on Tatooine where
You
everybody
didn't-
was a
I
bat
did not,
people?
I did not explain that. Yeah, and they're all speaking in their voices.
That's pretty good.
You know what I mean? They're not fucking.
All right, I give up.
In Star Wars, basic
Yeah,
is
what do you-
what English is. Like, there's
Yeah.
a common language called basic,
Yes, which is like, I mean, it's like that in like
and that's
D&D
what
stuff,
that's
too.
what English is.
But-
It's just so it's naturally understood
Common,
by everyone.
Universal
Yeah.
accepted language.
We're getting
yeah.
I'm excited now for the Star Wars one. Like
Dude,
5
that
months
trailer
from now.
was so fucking
No,
good.
no, the Star Wars podcast.
You're gonna get an
Yeah.
education.
You're gonna have an associate's
Caleb, we
by
can
the
bring
time
back
you
our
leave.
game
Oh my
that we
God.
have came up with for the old Star Wars
Well,
movies.
How'd
let's
that go
not
again?
jump the
I
gun.
mean, somebody would start with something, and you would have to constantly like
Oh.
trump whatever the last person
Oh, that's
said,
right.
But
and like yeah.
That's right.
But so, I mean, in Guardians 2, or maybe in the MCU universe, life was started in one space and expanded outwards somehow,
They
and that's
explain
how
that-
everybody looks somewhat the same.
They
I'm not saying
explain
people
that
look the
in
same though.
Infinity War.
My whole thing was like, why are people using in other parts of the galaxy? Why are they using slang from 2010?
Because
That's my issue. Like that, like stuff like that. Like why?
'Cause you gotta make people
That doesn't
watch
make
the
sense.
movie.
Right? The fucking aliens. They have their own slang.
why does BB-8 give a thumbs up?
They didn't
Why does
have
that
the
make
money
any
to come
sense?
up with dialects.
A thumbs up can be a natural thing throughout culture.
It can also be a fuck you.
Show
so
me
that'd be
one
careful.
other culture that
Yeah.
thumbs ups.
Everyone else does this.
Is that how you'd say it? Thumbs up?
Thumbs up. Yeah. But yeah, I'm not. And I'm like to.
Dude.
I'm not saying that other things have to follow the same rules, but like in Star Wars, it's kind of set up like they all just speak English. In Guardians, like they've
got something.
had language. Other aliens speak different languages before. The dark elves in Thor spoke their own language.
Yeah, but people who go and see Guardians of the Galaxy don't want to sit there and read subtitles.
No, I understand that, but that's why it makes me mad because like they're simplifying it too much.
Okay, I'm not trying to derail you at all because you have a really good point.
But fuck you, let's
No,
move
no,
on.
no, no, no. We're
No,
not.
I'm
We
perfectly
don't
fine.
have to move on.
I'm perfectly fine with moving on.
I'm gonna go on my stupid anti-hippie rant right now because and you guys are gonna roll your eyes. But
All right, so Thor Ragnarok.
when you did this, every couple days I'd be scrolling through my newsfeed and who do I find? Mark Ruffalo is his profile picture on Facebook is a boomerang. Do you guys know what that is?
Like
On-
the-
Isn't it that channel that
thing
has
you
the
throw?
80s cartoons on it?
Close. You are very close. It's when it's not Instagram
The
invented.
app.
Instagram invented it. It's
Yeah.
where if you do a motion, like a lot of it is cheers. So like if I cheersed you,
It's like-
it would be like this. It'd be like it would just replay it over
Oh,
and over.
yeah.
Okay. He made a boomerang of him in the sun doing this. So like it would be just him going.
Kawaii Desu?
No, it would like the peace sign would like would shadow across his face.
Okay.
And if you ever know anything about Ruffalo, he's a major cunty hippie. Like hippie. Like he was like naked at Standing Rock when they were gonna dig the fucking
Hell yeah.
thing for the pipeline. Fine, good, but
He's very
Oh!
he's
He had
a
that big
very
green-
conservation.
There's a
This
reason
big
why
green
every
dick.
time he's at a
Fucking
Marvel
gif of me
event,
doing
the
this.
music cues up as soon as he's about to talk or his mic cuts
yeah,
off.
they play him off the stage like a really pretty girl in a dress comes and like pulls him by the elbow like
and he's just whimsical. Oh, okay.
I love Ruffalo. He's so funny, dude.
But he's such a fucking hippie and it drives me nuts. And it's like, it's overkill to like, he's like a 30 out of 10 for hippie. I'm sorry. I'm
He's
sorry.
a really good magician, though.
I'm sorry.
He can turn into a big green man.
Oh my
That's a magic trick.
Oh,
he was a
I'm
nice
lightheaded.
CD.
I'm lightheaded from being angry. What about your languages now?
But no, I'm done with my rant.
Oh,
So
me
what
too.
was after?
Me too. Thank
what was
you.
after Guardians 2? Was that Ragnarok?
Spider-Man Homecoming.
Oh, Spider-Man.
Oh, Homecoming was great.
One of my
I've only
That
seen
was a
that
great
once. I
movie.
need to watch that again.
Let's talk about how fappable Marissa Tomei is still at 68 years old. Just kidding.
Hell
She's like
yeah.
55.
babe.
Ooh.
Absolute babe.
And how much innuendo was Stark saying, I'm gonna go fuck your mom.
Yeah, pretty
like
much.
every time he
was
got
his
upset,
aunt.
he's like, I'm gonna go fuck your aunt. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Ant.
Yeah, dude.
Why does everyone have
Excuse
a
me.
problem with me saying aunt?
Wait, so we have a spider and an ant guy now?
Oh, jeez.
That was a good line.
You're on fire.
That's
Well,
actually a line
that's-
from Infinity War.
That's a good point. Do you say Aunt Man?
Not bad.
Oh my
You're
god.
not,
we don't spell
you're not
differently.
getting a key to studio. Fuck. Yeah.
Oh,
So every
okay.
time you want to impress chicks with your work, you don't get to go in.
I can't
You
impress
can,
chicks to
you
save
can
my life,
look in the you can look in the window and just see me and him going with a homeless guy.
Hey, you
So-
see that? That's my friends in there. Let's go.
Let's
So
go
there's
somewhere else.
There's a cool thing.
Sorry.
There's a cool thing in Homecoming. You know how they're selling the Stark, like the Avengers Tower. Mm-hmm. That's why, like, part of the thing. Like they're moving the shit out of there. Hopefully, they're selling it to Oscorp.
Ooh.
That's what I want. Either that or the building that the Fantastic Four guy owns. I can't remember what that's
Oh
called.
yeah.
Hopefully, that's what that is.
So then, have I'm a little behind on this. Have they confirmed that Far From Home is after Endgame?
No, they've kept it
It's
secret.
before. I would want to assume
They
it's
have-
before.
They have not said anything
100%
about it because, like,
disclosed?
there's that trailer where it has his passport and they have the guy's hand covering the date, so you can't tell when it is.
Ooh, clever.
CGI'd that sucker in.
Yep.
Clever girl.
I'd be willing to bet it's after because you know Spider-Man's coming back. They're not keeping him fucking dead. They just introduced him a movie
It could be-
ago.
I mean, it could be a prequel. I doubt it, but it
I
could,
doubt it.
What if it's both? Days of Future Past too.
could be.
Well, what suit did he have?
I don't think we actually see him in a
It's,
suit.
yeah, they
Yeah, you
haven't,
do.
They haven't shown a trailer yet for it, have they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have a full.
You
We see
do we?
Gyllenhaal in his
Yeah.
in his Mysterio outfit.
Can we?
Oh.
Can I do a video game tie-in to this?
Yeah,
Fallout 4.
They actually have the
How did
suit.
you know?
They have the suit from the Spider-Man game in
from the movie. and the game.
Spider-Verse.
You mean?
Oh yeah.
I saw that because it's Sony.
Yeah, the Sony Spider-Man PS4 game. They
Did
have
you-
his suit in Spider-Verse.
Did you guys play the PS4 game?
Nope,
Yeah.
I don't have a PS4.
I'm waiting for it to go cheaper.
Yeah, I'll get it eventually, but
Well,
it's not on my to-do
I
list.
would just like to say, one of the most satisfying games, not just in combat, but like, of course, the key is the web swinging.
Mm-hmm.
There is a learning curve. It took me about 20 minutes to get it good.
Wow,
And then there's
scrub.
yeah, there's also additional techniques that I haven't learned, but I was finding out right near the end of the game. I had to give it back. It's one of those games where when you play it, if you try to break it, like when you try to walk up the face of a mountain in Skyrim, you just mash the Y button.
Yeah. You
I
can't just
tried-
butt your head against it and
I
then have it work.
I tried doing that in Spider-Man, and it was like, have they thought of this? And yes, they thought of it. If
That you can go all the way to the Statue of Liberty, but you try to get on a boat on the water, and then the people are 2D cutouts.
Yeah, they didn't really. They kind of screwed that up. Just a quick example. A lot of fire escapes in New York City, and if you run at the fire escape, it doesn't just kind of like blockily make you run up it. He has to like. He does this weird thing where he shoots individual webs and steps on each railing. Like stairs, like it's like they thought of that. If you go through like tight holes, it'll slow it down, and it'll show him like curl up and spin through that. It's like they thought of everything, and just all the reviews that you guys saw and said it's really a great, amazing game. It really is, and if you ever have the chance to play it, you should. Just because you're
I
not
saw a lot of I want a good Spider-Man
Just 'cause
game.
it's not
I
Days Gone.
No, that game is getting terrible reviews because apparently it sucks balls. Which I've been saying forever, but everyone says that they're excited for it.
No.
But
People just like zombies.
no, that the whole thing of that Spider-Man games is basically just the Arkham games, but with web slinging.
That's fine. And yes, the combat's very repetitive, but I never got bored. It's repetitive, but it's not. To me, I didn't get bored.
I love the Arkham games. I'm saying like everyone's like this is revolutionary. It's like no, it's fucking the Arkham combat. It's Batman combat, which
Either
is
way.
good, which is fine. I
Yeah.
It's a good combat system, but
very
it's not
enjoyable.
anything new.
I don't know how far down in price it is. I don't think it's gone down at all.
Probably
but
not.
it's definitely worth checking out, at least to see the web slinging.
I'm waiting for it to be $20.
Yeah.
If I buy it, I'll lend it to you for free.
Cool.
All right. What came
I'll steal a
after-
copy for
I'll
you.
steal a copy.
After Homecoming.
Thor, Ragnarok.
Gosh,
Okay,
one, of,
Ragnarok.
That
probably-
was good.
One of
one
my
of the
yeah.
best movies.
That's my favorite Thor movie by far.
It's probably in my top 5.
Very
easily
pretty.
top 5 movie for me.
Like movies all time or
No,
Marvel?
for Marvel.
It's probably in my top 10 movies of all time.
Really?
Maybe even higher.
That's pushing it.
Maybe even,
Jesus.
maybe
So
higher.
if any Marvel movie was going to make it into the top 10 all time for me, it's going to be Infinity War.
I
That's
think,
up there for me too.
I think Ragnarok has my favorite opening to a Marvel movie.
That's so good.
With him being chained
Amazing.
up fighting that fire creature guy
Oh,
with
yeah.
the crown.
Yep.
And he's like, "Oh, I'm totally gonna destroy Asgard," and Thor's like,
It's just like, fuck you.
Oh, coming back around. Hold on.
Yeah,
It's so
see,
perfect.
That, the
the
beginning
moment
of that
when
movie.
I found out it was like Guardians with style of humor.
Oh, yeah.
I was immediately sold.
The
Who
beginning of
directed
that.
3?
Taika
Taika
Waititi.
Waititi.
What else did he do?
He
Nothing.
played the rock guy in that movie.
He hasn't really done anything major besides
Piss
that.
off, Ghost.
Piss off,
that
Ghost.
name sounds really familiar.
You know, he
Because he's doing the
he
episode of
fails
Mandalorian.
his rebellion because he tries to fight it with paper, and paper beats rock. But he ended up killing his friend because his friend uses 2 swords like a pair of scissors, and rock beats scissors.
Holy shit.
Damn. That's crazy,
The
bro.
fuck?
So, you know what's interesting is that, you know who has a cameo in Ragnarok?
George Bush?
No.
No, I know who it is, but I can't think of it. So I remember seeing a thing about it.
He also has a cameo in Deadpool 2.
Brad Pitt.
I was going to say Brad Pitt.
Nope.
No.
No, it's
Matt Damon.
Yeah, Matt Damon. You know who else is in it? I mean, it's not a big actor or anything, but the guy who plays Thor in that scene is the Hemsworth brother that's not
yeah.
famous.
Yeah. Well, so
Liam?
here's a fun fact about
No,
really fun fact
no,
about
there's
Matt
like
Damon.
a John
He-
or something.
He plays Loki in the play
Mm-hmm.
that Loki set up.
Yeah.
He also played Loki in an old movie, apparently.
Oh,
Really?
Dogma?
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Dogma's really
So
funny.
Dogma's
it's
a great
reference,
fucking movie.
Reference within a reference.
Kevin Smith.
But
movie.
in Deadpool 2, Matt Damon plays one of the fat trucker, one of the 2 guys drinking beer in the back of that
Oh.
truck when Cable comes back and steals it from him. It's him and Alan Tudyk.
oh yeah, Alan Tudyk.
Yeah.
Great actor.
Really?
He played
Yeah.
the chicken in that
Yep.
one Disney movie.
And he played
Alan Tudyk is coming
Alan
back
Tudyk
for
is
the
everything.
Rogue One series on Disney
Yeah.
Plus. It's going to be.
Alan
Yeah.
Tudyk's everything. He's the iRobot in iRobot.
I saw him for the first time in Dodgeball.
Gar.
Mine was in because he was in
Steve the Pirate.
he was in
Yeah.
A Knight's Tale, right?
Gar.
probably.
With the guy who plays Vision,
Yeah.
Heath Ledger, and the guy who is Robert
That
Baratheon
movie's
in Game of Thrones.
But yeah, so like Thor Ragnarok, great movie. We can all agree on that. Hella one of the best villains of all time for
Fuck
Marvel.
my way into an
Oh,
arena.
So
yeah.
fucking hot.
I think Hella could be a
Who
thing
is?
for Endgame.
Who's hot?
Before
Hella.
Kate Blanchett.
Kate Blanchett.
before Thanos, who had the highest kill count for a villain? Was it her?
No, she
No.
didn't kill that many people.
Ego. With all the people he ate up on those planets that he was expanding on.
That
Easy.
him
Easy
or
ego.
I mean
Yeah.
the Shatari.
But you forget about her and all of her escapades with Odin before she was.
True. But
trapped
was she
away.
really a villain then? Because she
How
was
long
acting
does
as an
water
army
last?
general for him.
Wasn't Odin
As long as
talking
you
about
want
how
to.
she was getting way out of control?
I think after a year it starts leaking
kind of.
cancer chemicals into the water.
Turn the frickin' frogs green.
I don't think that's the right line.
I'm a man.
Semantics.
But,
I like to eat.
But yeah, I think she could be
I'm
played
pissed.
into Endgame because in the comics, the whole reason Thanos is doing the whole universe thing
impress
is to
Lady Death.
impress Lady Death.
But you know who else is in love with death?
Deadpool.
He's always trying to play Lady Death as well.
Yeah. And apparently he is semi-successful at times
Mm-hmm.
in earning her affection. Yeah.
That's hot. Anyway,
I can't believe they haven't introduced her somehow vaguely
in the trailers,
into the MCU.
who?
Lady Death.
They did.
That's who Hela's
That's
supposed to
Hela.
be. She's the goddess of death.
No, but she's not Lady Death. That's entirely different.
I'm gonna roll my eyes
Isn't
really
it?
hard at you soon.
Don't, you need to drive home.
It's like he's not the Grim Reaper, he's just the Reaper.
Because Lady Death in the comics is portrayed by like a skeleton wearing a Grim Reaper claw.
Oh, I don't know. We'll
It's
see if
it's
we'll see if
an
they
entirely
Beer.
different character.
we'll see if they ever do that.
Because I don't think
I doubt it.
Deadpool and,
I think they-
and Thor have ever
pretty
crossed
sure
universes before.
Thanos-
Yeah, they have.
Thanos, you mean?
Deadpool kills the
No,
universe.
like the Thor universe. Because if she's supposed
You
to
realize
be Lady
in the
Death
comics
in
they're
MCU,
all together in the universe, all of them.
yeah. But I don't think like those
I mean,
characters have
story-wise.
crossed.
Oh.
It's for Helena or Hela to be
that way.
Death that way. Yeah,
Well, that doesn't matter.
I don't know if
remember
how-
they can cherry pick how they want.
that's
to do
true.
It.
yeah,
That's
it's
true.
Disney. They can do whatever they
Black
want,
Panther's
including
next.
kill us all.
What are you looking at over
Black
there? Is there a
Panther
ghost?
is so
I'm
fucking
listening to the
good.
conversation.
Oh, okay.
Black Panther is so good up until the train scene, and then it's like, oh fuck you.
Oh, at the very end?
for like 5 minutes, and then that's over, and it's like, oh, this is a good movie
Because the
again.
graphics are
I
so
forget.
bad.
Does Michael
Plus, it's just
Jordan die? His character?
well, they don't. He dies from what we know. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I agree with a lot. As often as I don't agree with like people who are super critical of movies, like
It's fine as a standalone.
they set it up that like it was going to be a battle of like wits and ideas and stuff like that, and there's just like we're going to fight and push each other into a train for 5 minutes. And I was like, come on, like, you guys had such a good
It was
fucking
very- yeah.
story. Like the story was amazing, and then it just devolved into some stupid fight scene.
I was a little bit let down with how it ended during that entire thing, with how much they built it up and how he was so decimated, and then had this redemption arc to get revived and reclaim the throne, and then it was just kind of like
Yeah, and
as
the-
a little fight.
they both had-
I didn't feel like it was rewarded enough for her.
They both had like
For it.
ideologies, and like there was a lot of stuff behind the fighting, and then it just was like, stop it.
It's just classic origin movie that is setting up your character for the future.
And then all
You're
of a sudden,
putting him through a simple arc.
completely-
You put him through a simple arc.
That was not a simple arc,
He
though.
completely changes
Pretty
character
simple.
as soon as he gets like to the point where he's about to die, and he just lets go of everything, and he just opens up, and it's so kind of out of character.
I don't know. I don't
Who?
think.
The villain.
I'm not talking about
Kill-
arc. I'm talking about Black Panther. He goes through a simple arc.
Yeah, but
like, that's the whole
I
point
don't
of the
think
movie.
it's simple.
It's pretty simple.
It's a kind of. I mean, it does. It's.
He
Not,
al-
I don't think it's
the whole
simple
point of
because
the
it
movie
deals
is-
with complex issues.
the whole point of the movie is for him to learn the lesson that he needs to learn.
Yeah, I'm of lineage.
Well, okay,
I'm
if you-
of
the whole
lineage.
point of this
boil
movie
it
is him-
down to that.
He has to learn
Exactly.
humility.
Yeah, exactly. He just needs to learn how to be a good king.
Not that he's always just going to be the strongest person at all times and whatever. He needs to
Because
learn
just
that he
like in
is-
The Lion
yeah.
King, Simba just needs to learn respect.
But that's kind of boiling that plot down to a little too simple.
Well, was it really
There's
beyond
not-
that though?
There's not much else.
I mean, like
beyond
if you
that.
look into the like ideologies of the two characters and what Black Panther was, the tradition of their country and
right.
African history and American history and blah 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 blah.
He needed to learn
that
how
was
to
a-
see everything from a new perspective to then move on.
Yeah, but
in
it
the
wasn't
universe.
like in Iron Man where it's like, oh man, yeah, I guess Pepper's right. I'm kind of an asshole. It was like, oh hey, guess what? Yeah, genocide was committed against my people and we were enslaved. Like there was a lot more complexity to the plot than just I changed my mind now.
Well, yeah, he goes through all these things that they're all pushing towards the. He just needs to be the new king that we're going to open our borders and do all these different things. Like the whole point of the movie
not
is
be
just
so secretive and
all the
hold
things that
everything
ha-
to our chest. We
Yeah.
have to contribute to everyone.
all the things that happen in the movie are
set up
pointing
for the
him in that
Avengers.
direction. Like,
Yeah, and I'm not saying that like literally 99% of that movie is amazing. I'm just saying the fact that it all of a sudden is resolved with a fight in a train.
Well, at some point you got to kill at some point you have to defeat your enemy.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's just the way it happens.
Well, I
was
agree.
kind of
It's
like
kind of anticlimactic and annoying, but
Well, Mr. Host, what are you going to say about the movie
Also, I don't think you do have to. I don't think you have to
Black
fight.
Black Panther?
Black Panther, yeah.
well,
I don't think there has to be a final fight
you
with that
can't-
movie.
You can't not have a final fight because
You
people
can.
will go crazy. Like the general stupid audience will go crazy because there's not enough action.
But the
There was
general,
already
the
so
general
much
stupid
anticipation
audience,
for the movie and so much expectation for this movie.
the general stupid audience is going to go crazy over that no matter what because they were like, why can't I see it? I'm white, not black, but blah blah.
I feel like that was really overplayed compared to how much of a deal it really was. How little of a deal it really was.
what?
Like you hear 1% of the people complaining, and then 99%
Yeah, but they're the loud
of the
ones.
rest
Complaining
of it.
about what?
And then 99% of the rest of it is people complaining about the people complaining, and it's not really
Complaining
that big
about
of a deal.
what? What's your
About
point?
how people were saying white people can't go see the movie.
No, I'm not saying
No one
that.
ever said
I'm
that.
not saying that. I'm saying
No one
like
ever
the
said that.
general like, why does it matter that they're a black director and a black actor and a black like, shut up.
Oh.
Like I'm saying, those people are going to complain. Those are the people complaining.
Oh,
If
yeah.
like, I guarantee, if you or I or anybody in this room went and saw the movie and it like ended in a good way that wasn't some big dumb train fight, it would have been like, this was still a
How
fucking
many
awesome
people
movie.
even look
But
beyond
it still was an awesome movie,
the
even though it had a
movie to
slightly
see
disappointing end. Like, still a good movie.
Who was
I know, but it
involved
was-
with the making of
It
it?
was apparently everybody, because the loud people.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like Captain
the
Marvel.
loud
It's the
people
loud
are just
people.
the ones that have the biggest way to express their opinion. So that's all you hear.
I don't know, man. I see a lot of comments on the internet.
About what?
Well, for Black Panther, about how fucking about that issue where it's like,
People just
what?
like-
You're not going to hire what? It's like the Jordan Peele thing.
People like to cry about shit.
It's like the Jordan
People
Peele
don't
thing,
understand.
which is really annoying too.
Why would you
like
hire a
Jordan
white
Peele.
person to make a movie about African culture?
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
Plus,
to me.
they had 2 white guys in that movie, in Black Panther.
Yeah, like there's
One died.
Yeah, Bilbo was
like
in it.
like let's count how many movies have white
Bilbo
like
and
cast and the
Smeagol.
crew. Oh wait, all of them.
Like all of them.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's okay to have a movie with non-white.
That's like Wonder Woman was like all women.
yeah, like
And I was like, cool, do your
it's a
thing.
women.
It's a fucking
It's a women's perspective.
Yeah.
because it's a women character,
I
a woman.
I like
well, man.
Black Panther a lot. I liked Wonder Woman a lot, even though it's not Marvel.
It's probably the best DC movie
And
because it's just a well-made movie. It's Patty Jenkins. She's an
I'll
Oscar
agree-
winner.
I'll agree with you. I really
It's the best
like
DC
Batman in the DCU, but hasn't been the best. As far as Black Panther, I think I didn't look into it as hard as you guys did with the whole train thing and like how that was disappointing. I kind of just looked at it as a stepping stone to
Infinity War.
yeah. Like it was like a you see the destination.
Well, it's the Captain Marvel
It-
for Endgame. It's like
Yes,
that's what
exactly.
It is.
yeah,
I mean,
that's
Black
how I looked at
Black
the
it.
Panther.
Ant-Man.
Black
And
Panther
I-
just happened to have a lot of stuff going on, like because they're as opposed to Captain Marvel, which is just like kind of on Earth and doing that stuff. Like Black Panther was very much like it mattered for their little world,
And
that's
it also
going on.
tied in to Captain America's storyline as well with
Right.
Bucky and
Yeah.
I enjoyed it very much, and from what I saw it one time in the theater, and I enjoyed it, and that's what I'm going with. As far
there
as
you
the
go.
race thing, I think it's I did hear about the thing where they said white people shouldn't be able to see it. That's a very few select people saying that,
Yeah.
and fuck
Yeah.
them.
And that wasn't the original thing.
And the
I
same
misheard
thing,
it.
the same thing with the white people who said that this shouldn't be up for an Academy Award because it's the same thing as 12 Years a Slave. They called it an Obama movie. They called 12 Years a Slave the Obama Oscar because it was about black people. It came out in 2012 or 2011, and everyone's saying like, "Oh, this is just Obama pushing black culture." And so the same thing about this movie. It's like
Obama's not on the
you had
Academy.
what?
Said Obama's not in the Academy.
No, he's not. But like that's what people are saying. They were
Yeah, I know.
influencing movie culture. And then what you just said. Why would you ever hire a white to make a black movie?
yeah, like,
You're right. This is a black movie. There are black movies.
like it has
and
to
this
do with
is
literally
one.
a country in Africa.
Yes, and this is a black movie.
But with a general target audience.
Correct. And
Yeah, the Marvel.
It's not a
Cinematic Universe.
black. Yeah, it's not a
God.
black
There
movie.
you go.
right.
Like you might black movie can also mean like Tyler Perry movies where it's like I don't understand this at all because it's all fucking barbershop humor and I'm
Yeah.
like what's going on?
humor.
So
I like
does
that.
that mean that we're not able to appreciate straight out of Compton?
Absolutely not.
No, I'm not saying you
I
can't.
love that movie.
That
by the
movie,
way.
you can't-
The
no,
thing
I
with
like
that
that
movie
movie.
is
It's
it's
great.
structured as a documentary.
Yeah.
Well, right. But
Or like a biopic.
yeah.
No, I'm not
My-
saying you can't enjoy it. I'm saying like there's certain movies that aren't for. There's movies that are for a specific audience.
Right. My buddy at work said, watch Paid in Full. I'm like, what the hell's that? He's like, it's a black movie. It's about 3 black guys growing up different directions in a bad neighborhood. And one becomes a drug dealer, one goes straight lace, and one tries as hard as he can to move out. It's basically Boys in the Hood with a different cast. And he said it's a black movie. It's directed towards this target audience. And maybe I could take it back and say that Black Panther isn't a black movie per se for that, but it's African influence and the racism behind it and like the judgment that came from it. We knew that there was going to be some, but there was quite a bit. Same with the Wonder Woman shit. And I'm just really glad that it did well despite that.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it was going to, not in spite of that. It was going to do well whether that racism and judgment was there or not.
Like it was like it had a really good box office because like
Correct.
it had all the extra people that wanted to go support it. You know, like
Yeah.
like you had that whole audience of all the like the black audience that you know like normally may not go out to see these movies, but they want to go support their their buds.
Plus, if you
but it
take,
still had
if-
the normal. It still has the normal Marvel audience too,
Yeah.
because it's another great. It's another
Like,
episode in the Marvel
plus-
Cinematic
yeah.
Universe.
plus,
you
if
know?
you take all that shit out of it, like the whole controversy and everything, it's still a fucking really good movie.
Yeah, so
Yes.
it's just a good
Yes.
movie, and that's the reason it's up
At
for an
its
Academy
core.
Award, and it
Yeah.
has very solid messages. Like it knows what it is, and it knows what it wants to be. The effects are good till the end.
So what's your answer?
It has a very dynamic villain, and like it's just good. It's a good overall movie.
So then, do we move on to Ant-Man 2 then? Is that after Black
Nope.
Panther?
If you guys want,
Nope, that's not after Black Panther.
I still
Because
like Ant-Man
Infinity
too, though.
War is after Black Panther.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that's right, because, Ant-Man 2 sets up for Endgame.
That okay, so like I'll admit when I knew the dusting was coming, I think I'm pretty sure.
I really
The
didn't.
Russo brothers, is that
The
who directed
Russo.
The Russo.
They also
debated really hard if they were
also
going to do
are
the
the ones who
snap.
directed Winter Soldier and Civil War.
Yeah. They debated for a long time whether they were even going to include the snapping in the Infinity War or if they were going to save it for Endgame.
Oh.
And ultimately, they did decide to end Infinity War with it, which I think was a very good idea because when you want to set up this penultimate villain in the universe, you don't end it with the heroes coming away with a small victory or
Victorious.
anything. You
Yeah.
end with the villain, accomplishing their goal, and then you're like, wow, everything is in a state of disarray, and that just builds the anticipation of how do they pick themselves up and then, come back from this utter defeat.
Literally every word you just said was going to be me saying it if you didn't say it. So very yeah.
What's so cool?
All right,
what-
let's switch seats.
what I heard about it was they were thinking about, instead of having the snap, cutting the movie right before the snap. So like after Thor buries Stormbreaker in his chest, and then cutting the movie.
I don't think that would have
That
ended
wouldn't have-
well.
yeah.
No.
That would have
I
been
could have seen them having him fade to black, and then you hear the.
Yeah.
That
something
would
like
have been a good
With
ending.
screaming?
And then it
Oh, no, they
opens
didn't
up,
scream.
fade to black for Endgame, and everyone you just see a bunch of dust flying through the wind. Dust.
I don't think that would have gone well
No,
because I think there were enough
They
people.
obviously made the right choice.
Yeah, but I
Yeah,
think
the
there's enough
ending-
people who don't know enough about the comics to be like,
To know what would have
so
happened.
what's that
Even
mean?
though they hinted at it like four
Yeah.
times, all about balance, kill half the population of everything.
Well, they were doing that so you knew what's happening when he
Well, right.
snaps.
I saw Avengers Infinity Game in a theater. It was a very small theater in, I want to say Green Lake.
I teared up a little.
It was sold out. There were kids saying, "No,
That was me. No, you heard me in the theater.
where
No,
is
tree
he?
guys,
Where?
go!"
No, they said, where is he going? Where is he
Which is-
going?" Like there were kids, there were people, there was commotion in the audience, and then when it ended, didn't the credits play in silence?
I think
When
they
it-
started.
no,
It started-
they play music.
Okay,
But I think I don't think
It's
right
very
away. I
somber.
think it
No,
kicks in when it gets to
it's
the
a pretty
long
intense
scroll.
score.
Is it?
Yeah.
so when it happened,
It's very
there were
dark and
kids,
sad.
it was dead silent, and you just hear these kids going, "No, where is he? Where is he?" And it was, but it wasn't right away. It was this slow,
The build
Slow
up.
build.
one said
People
something,
realizing-
and then another, and then another, and then there's overlapping
And it just
cacophony
doesn't
of
stop.
the voices.
It's like 5 minutes
Like,
of
what is it?
people
What is it?
constantly disappearing.
What's-
Well, why did Peter Parker have the longest
Spidey sense.
departure?
Spidey sense.
'Cause he can tell it's
sensed
coming.
himself dying.
No, but he
I think they just
he
did
was half
dramatic
going, but
effect.
then it,
Dramatic
because
effect.
He was the one that as soon as
he
it
didn't
would
wanna
start
go.
showing.
Because his
Yeah, but
body's
I-
his
I-
body's
they
more
saying
resilient.
That's true. If you can keep yourself alive.
Yeah, he was keeping himself there.
you're on
I
your
think. I
deathbed.
think. I don't know. I'm just a
more
fucking idiot.
resilient than Wanda,
struggling.
who can destroy an
She's a
Infinity
normal
Stone.
human. She's a
She
normal
has the
human.
power to destroy an Infinity
Yeah, but she doesn't
Stone.
But
have
that's not-
will like he did.
I
in that
think
moment.
honestly, I think
Spider-Man
the only-
is physically stronger than most people, whereas Wanda is a normal human
he
with
stopped Bucky's
telekinetic
fist.
powers.
I think the only reason Spider-Man got a longer one was to just show the pain of him letting him go and how he was
having
hanging on to him.
hit Stark a lot
also
harder.
because it shows
Yeah,
that
and hit
Spider-Man
the audience harder too.
was able to
Yeah.
sense. Spider-Man was able to sense it coming, and he could feel himself dying. Whereas other people, it's just kind of like
It just
a
happens.
release. Whereas Spider-Man could feel it coming and was struggling against it.
Yeah.
Which,
'Cause
man,
he didn't want. Man,
I'm-
that was the hardest hitting one for me.
Oh,
yeah,
totally.
that one made me cry.
Mr. Stark, I don't want to die.
I'm surprised that. I mean, obviously you had to do it in some way, but I'm surprised Disney just totally did the. Yeah, they're gonna disintegrate. Like
It
that
takes
they
ball-
let
it's
it's like Rogue One,
It's like
a nuke.
Voldemort.
They just got fucking nuked, and
Yep.
it was like, damn, Disney actually did it. Disney just fucking killed people.
Come on, when Krennic or whatever his name is just looked up and the bolt hit him, or the beam from the Death Star just
How
hits
fitting.
him. Just,
How fitting.
It's fucking beautiful.
hey, I don't give a shit. if this is an Avengers thing, I still want to see where she's walking across the bridge and the TIE fighter comes up. That they never showed.
Yeah, they said that was just something that they used in a trailer and then they cut it from the movie. They just changed the
so
scene.
it doesn't exist.
They just changed it.
That was really exciting for me.
There's a bunch of stuff from the trailers that was cut because the movie was reshot so heavily. Because the end of that movie was even darker than it was.
I really
You see
liked
them disintegrate.
Gareth
just like-
Edwards,
No.
the guy who directed it.
Apparently Vader was like traipsing across the place and just cutting everyone down.
Fuck yeah. That ending scene is one of the best.
No, I mean like
moments
across the
ever.
planet. He was the one that killed all the individual rebels.
Have you
Oh,
ever
really?
seen this girlfriend reacting to the ending of Rogue
I love
One?
that one. I
Oh,
love
when
it
they
so
show
much. When
Leia,
she gets so excited.
scream
Yeah.
cries. Like that, I can't do it.
That
but,
uncanny
like,
valley.
Her reaction is like how I feel when I see new Star Wars movies.
yeah, it's how
me
you
too.
feel, and you kind of just sit there and you touch your eyes a little bit, but you don't fucking like throw pillows at the TV out
No,
of.
that was me.
excitement.
I saw the
I cheer.
trailer,
I
the
cheer.
new trailer in the parking lot at work, and I came inside and literally all day, just
For
to
Star
everybody
Wars?
that would walk by. Yeah, the new Star
Rise
Wars.
of Skywalker?
I would just be like, "Fucking Lando Calrissian, man!" and like the fucking Millennium Falcon.
They're like, yeah,
Unfortunately, he's
I'm
gonna
surprised
die,
he's still alive too. How old is he? Like 70?
He's like the only. He's like one of the people. Like people are so excited about that. I'm like, it's Lando. Who cares?
He's
gonna die.
That,
you.
The actor that plays him, Billy D. Williams, whatever, is such a smooth cat.
Dude, he's
though.
awesome.
He's
like yeah, that's what I'm
you
excited
put him
about.
on the
He's an
camera
awesome
and all he
character.
does is this. He goes,
Who pulled it off
80s.
better? Do you think he pulled it off better, or a solo version of?
Oh, I don't like
or,
it.
Well,
or
I
young,
think
young
I think
Lambo.
I think
Donald
Glover did a
Glover.
great job.
Great job of being Billy D. Williams.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did a fantastic job.
That
Totally
was a
di-
good movie.
He's a young version of him. Like it's perfect.
Okay, yeah, we got to save this for the Star Wars.
yeah,
one.
sorry.
Oh, I can just do that.
I just wanted to bring
Yeah,
it
plus
to
we gotta start getting ready.
Infinity War was great.
All right.
So we're gonna.
So we're at Infinity Wars.
After Infinity Wars, that then Ant-Man.
Yeah,
Wasp.
finally.
Ant-Man. And
Great movie.
Wasp. Pretty good.
Pretty good movie.
Has
For
a
you
good,
guys.
Has a good ending scene.
Yeah.
Setting up for
The ending scene was great. I think
at the same time as Endgame.
the whole
or,
concept-
Infinity War.
of the fact that they're fighting over basically a briefcase that's a shrunken down building is fucking awesome.
It's such a great MacGuffin.
Yeah.
What about the villain, the Ghost?
She was fucking badass.
She's one of the reasons I don't like that movie as much is because she's supposed to be like the big villain of the movie, where
But she
she's
wasn't
like,
really a
and
villain. She
exactly,
was
she's
just
not
trying to stay alive.
because there's no real
Yeah.
villain in the movie.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I'm just like,
But
That's why- I think that's
because
why I didn't
Ant-Man are
like it
heist
as
movies,
much.
kind of.
and that's why I say like it's a different kind of movie. Like it's so centered on
That's kind of what
what's
I
going.
feel
The
like
whole
with
point of the
spin-off
movie.
movies. They don't quite have a strong villain, except for maybe
Not really. Like
except
that's like
Dormammu and
that's the first one where there hasn't been a true villain. Like
Ant-Man 1 I mean, he had a villain, but it wasn't like he wasn't a villain throughout the entire movie.
He's the typical origin story villain.
Yeah.
It's a mirror.
I don't
image.
like what
it's
the
a mirror
superhero's
image
doing. Let me
of
stop
the
it.
hero. Like if you look at Iron Man, the villain is a mirror image of him. He uses the original suit.
Yeah.
In
Jeff Bridges.
Black Panther, the Killmonger is just wearing another Black Panther suit. In Ant Man, it's just another shrinking suit, except it has weapons. Let's see. In Thor, the villain is Loki, which is just another Norse god. In The Incredible Hulk, it's just another dude that's hulked out.
No.
Let's see what other origins are there.
Captain Marvel.
The only
had Red Skull.
I'll say that's
Captain
that
Marvel
one
was
is
in a
actually,
mirror.
No, I was saying Captain America is actually a different type of thing,
Captain Marvel.
even though it's not because the guy is just trying to find another super serum, or whatever. So he's just
He was
another
trying to
beefed
find
up
the
guy.
Infinity Stone. Was his ultimate goal.
He had no idea
Red
what that
Skull.
was. He had no idea
he
what that
did.
was. He just knew it was a power stone.
In Infinity. Oh,
BG.
well, Infinity War, he said he was actively pursuing the stones.
Oh, maybe that makes sense. I guess.
That's why he said,
Thor
like, I was
9.
in pursuit of it, and I
Or
had
9.
one within
No,
my
9.
grasp, but then it
Oh
sent
yeah.
me over
Oh
here.
yeah.
into
That's what I
exile.
told him.
Never mind.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So I think he knew what he was seeking,
But was he
not
saying
by
that?
name.
But was he saying that retroactively? Now knowing about the stones.
Yeah.
I think he knew
Meh.
what he was
Who
searching
cares?
for.
But yeah, the point is,
Speaking of
most
Rogue
of the
One.
origin stories are just mirror images of the hero themselves.
like
That's
that.
true. Yeah.
Um,
But then they set it up so that he's in the quantum realm collecting some material. Ant-Man is, and then all of a sudden radio silence.
Yep.
And that's where we're going to be leaving off
Now,
with his character.
Now, do you think maybe he was
into what movie?
Here's something
for
interesting.
Endgame?
Here's something interesting. Do we think that Ant-Man was supposed to be dusted, but was saved by being in the quantum realm?
No.
I don't think so.
Mitch's face is perfect because it's like
See, I never
I've
thought
heard
of
that
that.
theory, but I don't think so.
Nobody was meant to be dusted. It was all random.
That's the
Well,
thing. What if
it,
Random.
I'm
it was
saying-
random,
I'm saying,
but
what if-
specified.
What if
It's
it was
weird how all
supposed
the
to be?
B characters died.
Oh my god, not really.
All the
Considering you
original
just set
Avengers
up.
are still there.
Yeah, that's the yeah.
It wasn't technically
That-
random though.
Yeah.
That's an obvious.
Do you
on
think the
purpose.
people that died had to die in a balanced way?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Do
It
you think
wasn't.
because Wanda got chosen to die that a bunch of the smaller, weaker people had to die along with her?
I don't know if it was
Compensate
balanced
for
like that,
No.
but I know it was. It was from what I've heard. It was
Or
balanced.
is it just numbers balanced?
No,
It
Thanos
was-
says it's at random.
Yeah, but
The
it's
balance of the
random that
universe
can
has to
still.
be-
Yeah, you still have to keep the balance. So like, you're not going to kill. Random could mean every man in the universe dies, and it's just women left.
Like if Captain
Could.
Marvel somehow died.
But that's not what.
How many thousands of people would have to compensate for that balance of
Yeah,
power?
that's
Oh,
what
you're
I'm
talking
saying.
power wise? I don't think it means power.
I don't
I think
think-
it means just individuals.
I don't think power wise, but I think it was random, but with parameters like it's not going to.
I don't think Thanos set parameters.
It's not.
think
It
he did.
wouldn't just somehow
I think he did.
also. I don't think it would have gotten rid of
They
like
wrote it.
Dormammu or something. I think certain beings are exempt from this if they can withhold
Maybe.
the influence of the stones.
Maybe.
Really quick, did you guys know that the B in Michael B. Jordan stands for basketball? It's crazy,
Yes,
right?
I did know that. He's Michael Jordan's clone.
But are we to the?
We are to Endgame.
We're in the end.
Oh no,
game
we are in
Yeah.
we're in Captain Marvel is actually next.
Yeah,
And then
Captain Marvel's.
Fuck! I wasted the damn line.
We're in the end.
That was gonna be my favorite line.
We are in the end.
We are in the end
You
game
fucked
now.
up.
We are in the end
I
game.
did. I fucked up.
Captain Marvel was a good movie.
It was a good
Yes,
movie.
it was. I mean, really,
I
I'm
got to
glad
see
you guys.
Blockbuster Resurrected.
I'm glad that you guys took me to that because I wasn't gonna go see it,
Even though you slept
you
through
go.
like a fifth of it.
and I enjoyed it still.
Hey, I didn't even notice you were
Was it the
sleeping.
part where she
Okay.
was just a pilot?
Can I just say?
I slept through
Let
The
me
Martian.
let me say this because it's going to be way faster if we don't talk about it. When people try to watch something and they don't pay attention, this isn't towards anybody here. When people try to watch something and they don't pay attention, such as they're on their phone or they don't give a shit or there's and they're
sleeping.
like, I didn't really like it, and you know that
Oh
they
my
didn't give
God.
100%.
I hate
or
that.
at least a worthy try to see this fucking thing, whatever it is, it boils my blood, and I'm sure just you guys just said that.
That's why
now
I don't like people. I hate when people sleep in a movie when I go to a
Oh,
movie with them.
But
I hate it.
can you at least understand that I still loved Captain Marvel?
No, see, like that's why I'm
even
glad.
though I
That's
slept
why I'm very
through
glad to
a
hear.
good chunk of it.
That's why I'm glad to hear that you still liked it. 'cause,
Yeah,
like,
Plus,
I
plus
love-
you slept through the part where she said how much she hates Joe Rogan. So
What?
not true at all.
yeah, she's like George Rogan is a fucking.
I don't know what that was, but Joe Rogan's overrated.
What you said is like the same as when you try to get people to watch a show and then they watch only the pilot episode where everyone completely changes on the second episode on and they say, yeah, I don't like it.
I was gonna
You
say
didn't
Game of Thrones, but I
See
didn't
how they
want
actually
to.
end up. What?
I was going to say Game of Thrones because I don't give a fuck who's watching. There's a woman at my work that says, I'm going to watch this show. She had surgery and she's like, I'm going to watch it. She got 3 weeks. And she didn't watch an episode and she even said to me, well, I checked Netflix. It wasn't on there, so I'm not going to do it. Also, the meme of saying, can I just watch like 5 episodes to get it and then watch the final season? No. Infinity War game.
Well, whenever people
Endgame.
say that, I just say just watch season recaps on YouTube.
Fair enough.
Cliff
No one's got
Notes.
79 hours to watch the
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Endgame. How's it end?
I just want to say one thing. There was
haven't-
something I wanted to
I
say
think I
about
know.
Captain Marvel first.
So I'm sorry.
I
Go
do
ahead.
believe
I'm
Captain
sorry.
Marvel has the absolute best origin for a superhero. The way that she gets her powers is 100%
awesome.
the best way of any of them. I
Plus, it
think
looks really cool.
Yeah,
on
that's what I mean.
screen.
Like it's executed so incredibly well.
Yeah.
Did you see the
I
movie,
agree.
Nate?
I saw
You-
it once,
we-
but I
we-
don't remember.
we went
much
together, didn't we?
Of like the.
No, it
remember,
was
like,
me,
the
you, and
big
Mitch.
points.
Well, no,
saw-
I went with him the
I
next
saw
day.
it with you.
Oh.
Yeah. We went. Okay, good.
How
yeah,
did she get her powers again?
Remember,
Moneybags over here.
her like mentor, that pilot, was actually a secret Skrull
Oh,
who was
that's
developing
right. That's-
the
yeah.
warp drive or whatever.
Yeah.
They get shot down.
Did
and
they
then,
ever-
Then hold on. The guy was coming to get it from her, and she's like, "Oh fuck no!" She shoots it. It blows up, and the energy
It
engulfs her.
absorbs
It like
into her,
it goes
that's
into
right.
her. Yeah, I love
Yeah.
how that's executed.
Did they
so
ever
awesome.
confirm she was actually a Skrull?
Who?
I thought she was
Who?
just working the test pilot.
Like an agent.
The doctor?
I thought she was
An
The,
agent
old,
for
the older
Skrulls.
woman?
Yeah.
She's a Skrull. Or she's a Kree. Sorry, she's a Kree because her blood was
yeah.
blue.
I'm sorry. Oh, okay. I thought she was just a human that was working. with
Not
her.
no,
Okay.
not a Skrull. She's
She
a
was an
Kree.
alien.
Yeah,
She
because when
a
she was
Kree.
laying there in the wreckage, she's like, ugh, and she had blue blood.
Yeah,
Oh,
she's,
yeah.
she.
I thought that was part of that flashback where Captain Marvel thought she also had blue blood.
Flash black.
Flash black.
Nice. Should
But anyway,
use that
Endgame.
for-
Here's how Endgame's gonna end.
for Black Panther.
Endgame. They're
Ant-Man
going back in
right off the
time.
butt.
I wish.
Nope.
They're going back in time using the quantum realm to what takes
They're gonna
place.
steal the time stone.
No,
have to.
what they're going to do is they're going to go back in the quantum realm in time to Avengers 1, fly up through the space portal, and confront Thanos in
Attack
space.
Are you
Then-
sure they're
Before
what
he
about
has the gauntlet.
Soul Stone? Could the Soul
They don't need
Stone contain like all the people that have been dusted inside of it, and somehow they can find a way to release them out of the stone back into existence?
I think they're just going to skip the fight in current time altogether. I think they're going to try to do a
And
bunch
then
of
they're
stuff.
going to be the only ones that remember what happened.
Yeah, I think the third act is going to be them going back in time and confronting Thanos during the events of Avengers 1.
we-
You know,
No.
I just want to say, hold on before you say it. This theory could actually work to the Marvel's benefit extremely well because, since say they do this, they
You
could
can
come
remake
back.
Avengers 1.
No, they could come back, and the X-Men and Fantastic Four could be in the universe now because
Yeah,
things
that's
have
true.
happened differently.
That would be true. See,
They could
I
always
should
come
work.
in
I should be
after
Kevin
the events of the
Feige.
movie too.
Hmm?
They could always come in after the events of the
It
movie
could,
as well.
if it works monetarily, it would have the most sense.
would-
The way
it wouldn't
that
have as much
I mean,
dramatic
the way
impact,
that I
though.
wanted X-Men and Fantastic Four and all them to be introduced was to have a giant fight between the Avengers and Thanos, and then to have Thanos start using the gauntlet to start ripping reality apart.
Oh,
and then you
yeah.
just have like the X-Men and the Fantastic Four come in from alternate realities.
Or they just walk past a room and they open the door and they're in there and then they close it again like in
Okay.
Deadpool.
That was really good.
It's a fun
Yeah.
scene.
Here's another thing I want to happen. I know it's not going to happen because they didn't acquire Fox fast enough. But I want Deadpool to find out that Spider-Man is dead.
Oh my God.
And just join up and be like, "Fuck Thanos."
That'd be amazing.
Do we even have? I don't think they've confirmed yet if the Infinity Stones still work after the snapping. It shows.
Well, it
his
showed the
all
gauntlet
destroyed,
beat up.
But does he still have power over the stones?
Yes,
at
because
this
they
point?
say in the trailer that he's used it again. In that trailer, Black Widow says like he's used the stones again here, and they like are looking at some planet.
Huh.
Because basically, he had to use it to get back.
Would
'Cause
he
teleported
would he use
back
it to
out.
restore his home planet?
I believe that's what he did. I think that's why they know where he is.
I mean, because he's got to feel isolated at this point. He's lost everything
Yeah.
to achieve this goal, so he's probably going to do something to get back.
He
some-
killed his fucking.
Nobody likes
father.
him, so he's lonely people get desperate. That's probably where.
Tell me
that's gonna
about
be his
it.
downfall.
I don't think they're going to
Wow.
kill Thanos.
I do.
What
Are
do
they
you
going to
think-
join him for Galactus?
I think that Thanos is going to join them eventually.
well, yeah. Sorry. I had.
in the Marvel Cinematic Universe that they've done
What if-
right now, they haven't really made him
I just thought of something
as the supervillain
that uses they uses BJ's theory. They go
Quantum
back.
Realm?
Shh, they go back. They go back to Avengers 1. They go through the wormhole, and they convince Thanos to come fight himself.
What the fuck?
Why would
That'd
he
be
do
pretty
that?
cool.
If he gets told that he was successful in his endeavor, why would he all of a sudden fight himself then?
No, what if they
Instead of
find
let it
what if
happen.
they find him at a point where they're able to convince him that what he's about to do is wrong?
Is not everything.
Or
That
no,
he
it would
believes
make
in.
more
Like,
sense.
if
Yeah.
they convince him that he's going to lose everything
Yeah.
that's important
Yeah.
to him, and
Yeah.
he'll be left as nothing.
Can I just say how?
Exactly.
Well, then
how-
he comes back in the past to fight himself. I don't think him going forward. would
I
make
want to
sense.
respect your.
I'm just throwing stuff at the wall
whatever.
here.
I just don't think that they're gonna end this 22 movie 12-year
As a villain fighting the
arc
villain and then
as
everyone
or
watch
as
it.
a talk him down victory. Like
Here's the thing,
bullying's wrong.
You
Make
really
him
think
go
this is the
away.
end?
No, it's not. But
It's
this is
definitely
the
not.
end of the Infinity Saga.
Maybe we
This
should
is what it's
predict-
called. Is the Infinity
Maybe.
Saga? No, they've said it is. The next thing will start something
They
else.
also they lie about everything.
This is called the Infinity Saga. The next thing is going to be something else. There will be
That's what
more
they
after
tell-
this.
That's what the Russo brothers want you to think.
I'm
There's going to
just-
be
and
Infinity War
all
Part
these-
3.
All of these theories are just they're small snippets. It's not like that could be
Yeah.
the end all be all. Just I mean, saying that he joins them couldn't mean there could be a battle, and then they basically have him at his point. And he's just like, okay, like
So out of everyone that is in that's going to be an Endgame, should we make a prediction on who's going to wield an Infinity Stone besides
Tony.
Thanos? I feel like Captain America.
I do
Who
like
wears
the
the
theory.
gauntlet
I do like the theory that
and
Tony
sacrifices-
dies by snapping it.
well, I'll say
Um,
who wears the gauntlet and
Tony.
sacrifices
or
themselves
even just
to get
steals
the
a
people
single
back.
stone to use
Captain
it.
America?
Tony.
It's got to be Captain America.
Or both.
He's
Can
the
I-
only one who could handle it.
I really hate to
Yeah.
do this. We have to leave in like 10 minutes. So what I would like to do for the
Why?
very final thing,
Why?
we have to
We're
go
going
pick
to
up
the movie.
Nejla at 9. Dude, if I don't keep my end of the time bargain and like someone else does,
Well, I
I'll
said 9
forever
or
be-
I did say 9 or 9:30.
Fuck me, dude.
I mean, how
That's
early
such a
do we
big
need to get
window.
there? How early do we need to get to the movie?
I'm asking you that because
Depends.
this
Do you
is
wanna
your
sit in front of
event.
the
You have
screen or at a good
previous.
No,
you
we
already,
have-
you already have
it's
pre-selected
Oshkosh.
seats. You can get there whenever you
Yeah.
want.
Gotcha.
I
Plus,
know,
there's
but
going to be a half
Fine.
hour of fucking ads.
Fine. What I was going to say, and we can go
Well,
beyond
now
this.
we don't have
Let
to
the
rush.
conversa-
We can
let the
just
conversation
let it-
Right, we don't have to rush.
Let it naturally happen.
But what I would like to do before we
I'm gonna go potty.
we end, we don't have to do this now. We can save it for later. Just say a name, dead or alive, by the end of the film.
Iron Man.
Say alive or dead.
Let me look up whose contracts are expired.
Oh my god!
Well, that's a little bit of cheating.
I think
so
Captain
let's not
America
do
is
that.
going to walk off.
I think Captain
gonna-
America is definitely.
He's going to be done.
Done.
Tony
Wow.
Stark,
I think
he's dead.
is
I
going
think-
to be.
I think the
Robert Downey's going to be done.
I definitely think the one guaranteed death we have is Captain
Man?
America.
Thor's gonna
No,
retire, I
Captain
think.
America, because we have people set up to take his mantle, which is Bucky or Falcon, easily,
I
or
think
a new character.
The
even.
main Avengers, besides Romanoff,
I think Thor's definitely
and
sticking around
Hawkeye,
because I almost guarantee Thor's sticking around because I know he's been talking about Thor 4 and 5
There's
with
not.
Taika Waititi.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
there's been nothing about Hemsworth ending.
I know he wants to keep going. He enjoys it.
obviously the B people are going to stay because they have all their spin-off shows that are going to start coming out.
We're getting a lot of secondary people for sure.
Yeah, secondary.
Obviously,
Second-
Guardians are coming back to
secondary.
make another movie unless it takes place
Which one?
before Endgame.
Oh yeah.
The Guardians.
Oh yeah. Well, what I think. Well, they're gonna have
Doctor
new,
Strange,
Well, I
I
think
think
the
is gonna be
Guardians.
done.
I think the Guardians are gonna have like some new people added in or something like that. Doctor Strange definitely getting some more movies.
Maybe not his own movie, but he'll at least be featured in other movies. I don't think he's.
I think
done
he'll get a
completely.
sequel
I'm just not a.
Oh, he'll get another movie.
because I think Doctor Strange will be a big part with the like Fantastic Four and stuff.
They need to introduce Galactus. That'll be
Well, that will
very interesting.
happen when the Fantastic Four come in.
Yeah.
Because he's their main villain.
We when you were gone, I said
Who's
before
gonna
the
stay
end
alive?
of the
I heard that.
alive or dead. That's it.
I
Like
think-
real simple.
I think Iron Man dies.
I can
And I
see.
think-
I can see Iron Man and Captain America.
One
think
of
Cap dies,
one
too.
of them is going to die.
I think they're going to die together or somehow be in a position where they can willingly walk away from everything to save everyone. Like they wield it together and mend their friendship. Oh.
What if?
Or they have to go to they sacrifice themselves to the Soul Stone.
What if it's? What if they put the gauntlet on Captain America and Iron Man holds it on him and they had like they're holding it together.
What if the Soul Stone, in order
tears.
to get
Like maybe
people that die-
Captain America, maybe like Tony has to use his power suit to like make it work.
Well, yeah, like the suit's like coming apart as they're doing it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like they're holding the
The
gauntlet.
nanites are all going to the gauntlet.
Yeah, the final shot is them hugging and like holding this thing and like together, and then the
I'm gonna laugh if like 10 minutes into the movie, Thanos just grabs Iron Man and Captain America and rips both their heads
Oh my
off and they're
God.
dead. Like no dramatic thing to just fucking kills them.
I don't think we're going to see Thanos for the first 40 minutes of this movie.
I bet we see him right away.
we'll text you. Just kidding.
No.
We won't. We won't.
I bet we see him right away, but it's gonna open up with him like in his
that
hut.
way. Yeah, that way.
The
I
only
suppose.
the only
taking a
thing
nap.
I was gonna send you probably was a crying face. That was it.
Oh, dude, I'm sorry, but I'm probably gonna fucking cry tonight
Oh,
at this movie, man.
will.
I'll sniffle. That's
I'm gonna-
it.
I mean, not like
I can guarantee-
but I mean, like my eyes
Yeah.
will water.
What's going to happen is I'm going to hold it in
And I'm drive home.
until the first major Avengers theme happens when there's a big group. When the first big Avengers
just
theme comes in, I'm
shaking.
just going to be like,
like you're gonna be
because music gets me good in movies.
the shaking is good. He's just gonna like uncomfortably shifting around, and you see him like, oh, he's holding it in, dude.
Well, the last
emotion.
8 minutes Robert Downey Jr. said is supposed to be like the most dramatic or whatever in the entire MCU that's happened
Credits.
up to this point.
What the credits?
Yeah.
because my name's
said-
it's the last time my name's on it.
Do you remember? They don't do it anymore, but Lord of the Rings. If you were a fan of the club, they put your name in the fucking credits at the end of the film.
Who was fan number one for Lord of the Rings?
Jesus, I don't know. Is it somebody famous?
Yeah,
A stands for an A. Aaron.
it was.
It's probably not
Starts with an
alphabetical.
E. He was in the movie.
Erasmus.
Elijah Wood was the number one fan for
Oh,
the Lord of the Rings fan
bullshit.
club.
Bullshit.
Number one.
They fucking they
Cheater.
told them about it before they launched the website. Here you go, Frodo. So okay,
It's
let's go
probably-
down the line
You
here.
probably get points for Elijah Wood trivia, and he's just like, I know all the answers.
Let's go down the line here for heroes. Can you just bring up a list of heroes? Then
You
we'll
can just pull up all the
say
posters.
Just say a name and just dead, alive, dead, dead,
Didn't
alive,
they have
dead.
the 24 posters? That
They
we
had a
just
lot. of
That's what I'm bringing up.
individual
Yeah.
characters.
So the top 2 rows are the ones that are alive, and the bottom 2 rows are the
We'll
dead
just start
ones
going
right
down.
now.
We'll make our decisions.
Well, you can take a look. It's going
Oh.
to pop up there in a second.
Okay.
So yeah, let's see.
Well,
I
This
gotta
is
take
awkward.
these fucking pictures down, dude. It's so immature. Should I do it right now?
No.
Titties are never.
No.
Go
Here
put
we
them in
go.
your room.
Yeah, give them to me. I'll put them in a safe place.
There's a reason they're on glass.
So the top we have
Easy cleanup. Just rinse it.
Tributes.
I was just gonna say
First
tribute.
person, Captain America.
Dies.
He's going to be gone by the end of the movie. Maybe not dead. But
I'm gonna
he'll
say
walk off.
dies.
Well,
He'll
actually,
walk off.
so
he's- I
I'm
think he does.
conflicted
I
because
think he actually died.
They
Do
set
we
him
say
up.
die or do we say leave the
Do you guys want to
MCU?
write this down?
We could get a piece of paper real quick. I want to make.
Do you want to make
Make
our
bets?
own individual ballots?
How
or
about a
should we do
buck?
as collective?
How about a buck per character?
maybe not bets,
Jesus, I don't want to bet.
not bets, but bragging rights.
So here's the thing: they set him up to be Nomad
An
or
Avenger?
not Nomad. Yeah, Nomad.
Nomad version.
I don't think that's gonna only last for a half a movie.
He's going to come
Oh,
back as a zombie.
So-
all that stuff. That'd be cool. All that stuff is just references to comic book times.
Yeah, but I think they're gonna go. I kind of think they might go with that from now on. But I don't think Chris Evans is gonna do more movies. So
I think he's done.
maybe
Yeah.
Bucky.
I think he's definitely done.
Maybe
Bucky's
Bucky's
going
gonna
to take up the mantle.
I think Bucky's gonna take
Yeah,
up the
so-
mantle. Chris
all right.
Evans is gonna die.
Captain America. Everyone,
Hold on,
I think
hold on.
everyone here thinks he's dead.
He's either
or
going to be dead or
leaving.
leaving the
Like 100% leaving.
the
I think he's gonna
yeah.
die. I'm just saying.
I think he has to be someone that makes the ultimate sacrifice.
Okay,
It's
so
his
I'm right.
whole thing.
Yeah, but the whole
Here's
thing
how
in
I have it.
Infinity
He
War
talks
was
about
him
it.
talking about no trading lives, and people
So,
stopped him from
character-
doing it. Yeah.
Then basically A or D, alive, dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
No.
here's the thing, though. He's the one who preaches it. I think he thinks he's the only one that's above that. Like
'Cause
he's
he's a
always
bad
been.
person.
He's always like, you're not the one to land the grenade.
Yeah.
For whatever he thinks he doesn't think he is the one that will do that.
I gotta admit, that scene in Captain America, the very first one where he's skinny and jumps on the grenade, I'm like, what if that's how he dies? What if he jumps on the Infinity
Just
Gauntlet?
roll
The
credits.
What if the Infinity Gauntlet, what if it's a super gag, Thanos takes it and throws it, like an old school black bomb with the fuse coming out that says bang on the side of it, or like boom, and he goes, everybody get down! And it's just,
It's like Adam West Batman.
yes.
I thought you meant.
Zap,
I
baff.
thought you meant like, what if that's how he died in Captain America 1? Like he just
No.
jumps on the grenade 10 minutes into the movie and he's fucking dead.
just blows out his guts.
All right.
The end.
Go ahead.
Captain America.
Dies.
Hold on, Cap. Okay, BJ says,
You don't need to make it each individual.
Yes, I
person.
do.
Do you?
sure.
All right.
I say, well, let's just start with Stark, because it was on the left.
Well, no,
Stark,
we start with Captain.
Well, he's already got
fine,
Stark
Fine,
first.
do Stark then.
because I was going by order.
Oh,
I
okay.
think
So Stark.
Stark-
Yeah,
Oh
let's
my
just do
God.
Stark.
I think
Stark
he's
first.
going to be.
He
I'm
dies.
saying
He's going to want
Dead.
to die, but I think he's going to be alive.
dies.
But I don't think he's going to be in the movies anymore.
Alive.
I
Steve?
think he'll be alive.
alive.
I say Stark lives.
When the credits roll, the status of the hero. That's what I'm saying.
I say
think
Stark.
And after credits.
Alive.
Stark lives.
There's
alive,
an after credit
okay.
scene though.
That's what they want you to think.
There's
Captain
audio.
America.
Captain, he'll be dead.
Dead.
I'm agreeing. Dead.
Dead.
BJ says dead. It's a dead universally.
Thor.
Unanimously.
Thank you.
Definitely alive.
Dead.
I'm saying alive. BJ says dead.
I think it's
Everyone else from the
definitely
Asgardian
alive.
stuff is dead at this point, besides Valkyrie. We don't know where she is.
I think
She is
Valkyrie's
alive.
going to take
She's
up
one
the
of people on
mantle.
the poster who is alive.
Okay.
I think she's going to take up Thor's mantle.
Yeah,
That'd
I
be
think
cool.
Thor is going to be alive still. I think so.
alive. Okay.
Bruce Banner.
Alive.
Slash
He's
Hulk.
going to be Professor Hulk.
He can't die, so he's alive.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say dead.
I'm going to say alive.
Oh, what if he puts the gauntlet on?
He's
my
probably
God.
could. That'd be cool.
He's
Hulk,
got similar
Hulk's got to
hands.
come back to do something.
Black
to
Widow.
redeem himself.
I said he's definitely alive.
Black Widow.
But,
What BJ? What'd you
She's
say
gonna
for
be
Hulk?
Dead. I'm sorry, alive.
Okay, I took dead. Okay.
Widow's going to be alive for the side spin-off series.
Yeah, she'll be alive. That's pretty much.
Black Widow. Yeah, she'll probably live.
Okay, unanimously alive.
But she could die in the movie and still be in spin-off shows, though, because
Actually,
those aren't
no.
connected.
Actually, no. Switch it. I think she's gonna die. Maybe. No.
They
She's
got to
alive.
keep.
Never
Make
mind.
up your goddamn
They
mind.
have to keep one of the
What
two
is it?
female
She's alive.
representatives alive.
She's alive.
So I think she'll.
Yeah, but you just
still-
got another one, so they can replace one.
Girl power.
Get rid of the oldest one.
Captain. Ooh, I wonder. If
No, Hawkeye's next.
Yeah, Hawkeye.
Hawkeye.
Hawk.
Dead.
I will say
Can they
dead.
really kill the Family Man?
They killed his
He's gotta-
family, so he's not a family man anymore.
He's
We don't
training
know
a
if his
girl. He's
family's
training a little lady, so he's got someone to take the mantle.
Yeah, because they show him being all happy training his daughter, and then all of a sudden he's fucking Ronin slicing necks. Like obviously his family died in the snap.
So what do you,
I'll say he's dead. He's
think
a
he
B
dies.
character that
He
I
is.
think they have enough B characters.
He's definitely going to be alive. Here's why.
Okay, I'm saying you're alive.
Snap is going to bring all the people back, and his family come back. He gets to retire happy.
He dies.
He's going to be alive. All right,
gonna
after
call Kevin Feige.
after Hawkeye, Captain Marvel.
Captain
Obviously,
Marvel.
she's going to be alive.
Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah, she lives.
She's gonna
That's-
have to be. She's like the most powerful being.
Man,
right
Plus,
now.
she's-
she's had one movie. They're not going to kill anybody who's only had one movie.
Ant-Man.
Definitely alive.
I'm gonna say dead.
I'm going to say alive.
Mitch, I think you're taking the over too many times here.
I have out of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have three alives and 5 deads. So
That's a lot of deads. I think that's way too many dead.
I'm fine with.
Oh, no, I'm perfectly fine with your decision. I'm just saying. I'm
Nate,
just
I'm
saying
putting
you're
that
wrong.
on. I'm just
You're
putting it on.
fucking idiot.
I'm putting it on the record.
I just think he's Ant-Man alive.
Yeah, I
Alright.
think Ant-Man's gonna be alive.
All right. So
Nebula.
Alive.
Nebula will be dead.
Alive. She's hot.
I think the entire Thanos line is gonna be dead.
Gamora will come back.
Who is it, or who are you taking?
Nebula alive.
Oh, that's right though, Gamora.
Actually, I'll say dead. I'll say dead. she'll-
Nebula's gonna be dead. I think.
I think Nebula sacrificed herself for
Yeah,
Gamora.
I
think-
think she's already turned around.
I think Nebula lives because I don't. I think
character's over.
I think Nebula lives because Gamora does not come back.
So you think
Oh,
she'll take over
gotcha.
in the Guardians?
I think
for
she,
her?
one way or another, I think she's going to become a guardian.
She'll be the
full-time guardian.
The new colored woman for Star Lord.
I just think Zoe Saldana
Whoa.
doesn't want to do him anymore.
Whoa. Are we doing living or dead?
What do you
Also, are we doing all the characters?
all of them.
Yeah, doing
Because
all
they're
of
gonna
them.
come
It's
back.
already 8:45.
It's fine.
All
We're,
right.
we're already.
We got time.
So, what's this girl's name? The leader of the Dora Milaje. Michonne. I don't remember her character name at all.
Oh,
Should we say Michonne?
Yeah, she's
That's
Michonne.
terrible. We shouldn't say that.
The leader
no.
of the
Let's
Dora
just go to
Milaje.
superheroes only. Superheroes only.
Yeah.
Main,
None of these side character
Can we-
main
bullshit.
characters.
So we're not worrying about this one or Wong. What about Don Cheadle?
Come on, Don
War-
Cheadle's
War
a
Machine.
fucking man.
Dead.
Who?
Don Cheadle.
Don Cheadle dies.
Who? Who's Don Cheadle? I can't see the
War Machine.
Machine.
I'm sorry.
Oh, he's gonna be dead.
Oh, you got a
Probably.
picture? Fucking
Well,
nice.
I'm gonna
because they're already
say-
keeping
I'm,
Sam.
I'm saying alive.
They're
full
keeping,
screen this
You're
bitch.
saying dead?
They're keeping Sam.
I'm gonna full screen your
I
screen.
think he's gonna
How
be
about
dead.
full screen it?
I don't think you can, but just don't
Yeah.
click end. Just can you just
Stop.
please
Yeah,
leave
just
it?
don't click stuff.
Sorry.
I want to be able to see.
Yeah, I
you
think
can.
he's gonna
Just
be
here,
dead.
adjust it for
It's
you.
too
Oh, that's
small.
better.
I'm old.
That's better.
Fuck yeah.
I'm not
But
sure.
He technically qualifies as a side
I'm
character.
gonna,
I'm
put
gonna
this
say-
in your ear.
I'm gonna say he's alive. War Machine lives.
Dead.
I think he's dead.
I'm saying alive as well.
Next.
Valkyrie definitely lives.
Lives. She
Yeah,
takes up Thor's mantle.
Definitely lives.
Valkyrie.
If you
said
skip
alive?
Happy, I'll
Valkyrie
kill you.
lives for sure.
Alive.
I think she's alive.
Alive for BJ there.
BJ.
BJ.
Beijing.
BJ.
Next is Rocket.
Oh, he's gonna
alive.
die, I think.
Really?
If they kill
Yeah.
Rocket, I'll kill myself.
Oh
saying
no. But then it really has to go into when do I think Guardians 3 is going to come out?
I think Rocket
timeline-wise.
definitely lives.
I'm saying he's
Lives.
dead.
You're killing off everybody.
That's what I'm saying, man. I think he's taking the over.
There's no raccoons
Do
to
you ever
take
ha-
over.
Yeah. Well,
He's a rabbit.
Sweet Rabbit.
it's a rabbit with a burglar
no,
mask.
Rocket's going to be alive. He's got to be.
Look, I.
It's hard for me to discern until I know
Alive?
the time frame of when Guardians 3 is going to take place.
What are you thinking for Rocket?
Alive.
Okay.
Hap-
Raccoon lives.
How about
How
Happy?
2 hours. Happy will live.
Is that the Favreau?
Yeah.
His name's Happy.
Yeah, Happy. Gilmore.
I'll say alive.
No,
too.
isn't it like Happy Hapson or something?
Happy
Some fucking
Happers-
stupid.
Happy Happerson?
It's something like that, isn't it?
Jesus Christ.
Happy's last name?
It's like
Isn't it
Thurman Merman.
Thurman Merman.
I think he's done.
Dead?
I think he's done.
Fuck you.
What about
He's dead.
dead?
I thought we were only doing like main
Would you
characters.
say
He
BJ?
is the main character.
Well, the ones that we can name.
Oh.
The BJ, what he's saying for Happy.
Alive.
Fuck. Alright, who's
Chef.
next?
Paltrow.
Are we...
Fuck her.
Pepper Potts.
She's out anyway,
She's
so
going
it
to be
doesn't
alive,
matter.
but I think she's stepping out
Yeah, she's
of
alive.
the movies.
Yeah,
Fine.
we don't
Alive.
even
Fury.
count her.
Nate.
Fury
alive.
will
BJ,
die.
what's Pepper?
Fury's going to come back.
Pepper will live.
Yeah, give me some time to write this shit
She's
down.
pregnant, so.
Fury...
Definitely.
I'm gonna say alive.
Definitely coming back and living.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you say for Fury?
Dead.
I'm going to stay dead.
Loki.
Loki.
Alive. Dead.
It's been spoiled. He's going to have his own spin-off on
yeah.
Disney Plus.
Yeah, he's alive.
Loki's dead. He died before the snap.
No, but at the end of the
Yeah.
movie, is he going to be alive?
No tricks this time.
He's dead.
But he can also
He's getting
survive
a
in
show.
space, and we don't. He could have turned himself blue.
I'm gonna say he's alive. By the end of the credits of Infinity
But,
War
also,
or Endgame, he'll be alive.
I did just watch the movie last night, and there was a definite snap
He's dead.
when Thanos was crunching his neck.
Yeah, but he could
So-
fake sound.
He's dead. Next one is Winter Soldier.
And I
So
guess,
wait.
Yeah.
Caleb, what's your decision on Loki? Dead?
Oh, definitely dead.
Yeah,
Dead.
I think he's gonna stay dead.
Dead.
Alive.
Thank you.
I think a lot of these Disney series are going to be prequels.
Loki. Who's that?
That's Winter Soldier.
Alive. He's
Oh,
gonna
yeah,
take
he's
up Captain
alive.
America's banner.
Definitely alive.
Yeah.
I
Even though
think
he was the
everybody agrees
first
on
one
that.
to be dusted.
That was kind of sad when like he made eye contact with Captain and it was just like, and then all of a sudden just faded.
You ever watch that guy in an interview? He's kind of an asshole.
Yeah.
He
He's
seems
not.
that
He's
way.
not in much else.
True.
Okay, so Winter Soldier. Who's that?
So Scarlet Witch,
I'm
Wanda.
gonna say dead.
Her and Vision are gonna have to come back. It's like the only
gonna say
relationship that
alive.
they're still trying to
BJ's
develop
dead.
in the universe.
You're dead for what? Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
I think she'll be alive.
Okay, alive.
Alive.
Her and Vision are gonna still be a thing. They're really pushing that. And I don't like it. I can't get behind it.
Who's next for that?
Vision. Vision's dead.
I will agree.
They'll bring
Dead.
him. They'll bring him back.
Dead.
He had the Infinity Stone ripped out of his head.
But will
yeah,
he?
but she had
Pre-snap.
enough. She had enough time to rebuild him. Though.
Okay.
It's a pre-snap
so, like-
death. He's done.
and
He's a computer. They can just turn him back on.
He's done. He
So-
achieved sentience.
Nate. End credits of
Vision's
Endgame.
gonna be alive.
alive. But it's basically just who lives at the end
Yeah.
of this movie.
Their definition
Sorry,
of
who?
Vision.
Vision. Dead.
Okay.
Falcon's next.
He'll be alive.
Alive.
Dead.
I'm saying
Ooh.
dead as well. Dead, alive.
I'm basically thinking that their main train of thought is probably going to be kind of wiping the slate clean of side characters.
Fuck is that?
Right. That's Doctor Strange next.
Doctor Strange live.
Yeah, he'll be alive.
Fuck you, Benedict.
Well, I know who doesn't like Doctor Who.
Cornerback.
He's definitely alive.
Dude, I need to watch Detective or Sherlock, whatever it's fucking called. Alive, yes, because he's got something up his sleeve. You're saying alive, Nate? What do you
I
say?
think he's going to be alive because I think he's going to have to use the time stone for part of the plot.
I don't think so.
I think
He'll be alive,
I
but
think he put a hex on the time stone. Time
no,
stone.
they're just going to use the quantum realm.
Yeah, he said something. A dead man's
Blarney
spell
Stone.
is hard. He
Exactly.
cast something before the fight with Thanos that's going to
Problematic.
come into play.
Yeah.
And
Spider-Man,
Spider-Man.
definitely alive.
Maybe something.
Alive.
What if he cast a spell on the stone to activate it after a certain increment of time has passed?
Yeah.
Could
Could
be
be.
alive for
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
Spoilers.
What are you saying for Spider-Man?
Spooderman? He's
Alive.
going to be alive.
Boderman.
Yeah, he'll be alive.
Bonerman?
Bonerman.
And the Wasp is next.
Alive.
Yeah.
Yep.
Alive.
Unanimously alive.
in that suit.
In The Hobbit, in the special features, she says, "My ass looks really good in these pants." She like bends over, and you can hear someone off camera go, "Jesus!"
Jesus.
She's
I wonder, did she say how she felt about
Wakanda.
being a
Black-
completely made up character in that movie?
Black Panther.
Black Panther lives.
Definitely alive.
She got a paycheck. Who gives a fuck?
That's true.
Black
Wait, yeah, he's gonna be
Platinum
alive.
Panther.
Black Panther.
Black Panther.
Alive, definitely.
Alive. What you saying?
Yeah, he'll be alive.
Okay. What are you saying? Alive?
Alive.
Yeah.
Shuri, his sister. She's coming
Alive.
back for sure. She's too good. Too good not to keep.
She's probably going to make all the tech with. She's probably going to do everything with
gonna be
Banner
the
to
new-
make all
no,
the tech.
She's gonna be in the new
So,
Stark.
all
Yeah.
alive?
Yeah.
Okay.
Star Lord.
Shuri.
Star Lord is next.
Star-Lord will
He's
live.
coming back, of course. He's got to. But then again, it goes back to Guardians.
Going alive with Star-Lord.
He's dead.
You
At the
bullshit.
very end of this.
He's gonna stay with Gamora in the Soul Stone because she died before the snap.
Oh.
No.
So, wow.
He's
Okay.
alive.
BJ saying
Alive.
alive. Nate still.
They're
kinda
not gonna
thinking
get
I
one of
think they're
the-
going to
the-
keep all the Guardians alive.
Yeah, they're not going to get rid of one of
Okay.
their biggest franchises.
I respect your balls. 'Cause I've got some.
Like
depth on
story
here that
wise,
no
that
one
would be
else
awesome
agrees.
story. Like that would be a really good story thing. But Disney would
That's
never.
reaching kind of far for them. They don't want to get rid of their.
You got to remember,
assets.
man, money. Money is king.
Yeah, and he
Thank
costs a
fuck.
lot.
Thank fuck it is.
But he
AOC.
makes a lot. He brings in a lot of money.
Groot.
You know how many fucking
Oh,
leather jackets they
Groot's
probably
gonna be
sold after
fire.
Guardians of the Galaxy 1? Groot's gonna. Well, Groot doesn't. He'll die and then come back and.
Vin
they'll-
Diesel only has to say one name.
Yeah, they'll just
He'll be.
plant him.
Yeah, he'll be
He
alive.
has 2 lines throughout the entire franchise.
I'm.
And we are.
We are Groot.
Yeah.
That I cried.
I cried like a bitch.
I openly went like this when he said, "We are Groot." When he surrounded them all with his love
You make me
and
start
wood.
tearing up again.
Doing his with his wood. Groot, I'm gonna say lives.
Well, you know the story behind
He's
Groot,
definitely
right?
alive.
The reason that he can't say anything else is because he has a crippling fungus infection in his brain, and that's why he
Did they
can't say
explain
anything.
that in one of the movies?
It's like
It's in the
side
comics,
knowledge,
yeah.
Oh, okay.
but like basically
Side
he has dementia for his entire life.
knowledge.
All right,
Get
Hodor.
good. Nate says Groot. Live?
Alive.
I don't know why I just didn't put L. Now it's D and A. And then
Dicks an ass.
wait, yeah,
Alive.
yeah. Okay. Then
Gamora. Gamora's next.
She's
She's dead because
Alive.
she. I think she's dead because she died before the snap.
okay.
But you can go back in time.
But
so.
she was sacrificed to the Soul Stone, and Thanos already saw her
What do
in
you
there.
say?
alive.
Right, but it goes to my other thing. I think her and Quill will stay
You
in
know
the
what?
Soul Stone
Yeah,
because it's like a
I'm
paradise.
Okay, so I'm gonna change mine to alive because her and Quill are meant to be together. Nate.
Well, I have Quill as alive, so I have to put her as alive as well.
I have Wasp living, but Ant-Man dying. I'm stupid.
That actually kind of makes sense because she could easily hold that franchise up.
That's
Yeah.
it. Okay, I changed my mind. I'm never gonna change anything after Gamora.
I think Paul Rudd is the big draw to that
You,
franchise.
Caleb, what do you say for Gamora?
Oh, she's dead.
dead. Okay.
Definitely dead.
Next.
Drax.
They secretly bring everyone back.
Fuck
Dead.
yeah, he's living.
Dead.
Definitely alive.
Dead. I think he dies.
But he might be with his family now.
Yeah.
That's true.
Could you imagine
That Thanos
multiple Draxes? That humor.
Imagine, yeah, he's finally happy with his family, and they bring him back to be separated again.
He killed them all. It'd be like Superman resurrecting,
I'm gonna say he's alive
except in a good movie.
I feel like they're gonna bring him back
because he fought so hard
Alive,
for James
yeah.
Gunn to come back to Guardians
Alive.
3.
Yeah.
What's next?
Mantis is the last one.
Nice.
Alive.
We use the entire page.
I
Definitely
want
alive.
her to stay dead. I don't think she's a very strong
You hear
character.
that?
She's
but I think
awesome.
she's gonna be alive.
Some kid just screamed.
Those.
We have
What
stream
happens in the
snipers
trunk of my
already?
car is my
We
business.
have stream snipers already. Wow.
Stream snipers.
Police.
Boom, headshot.
Yeah, I think she's gonna live because she can bring an interesting dynamic.
yeah, I
to
was
that
gonna
team.
say
Definitely
she's got
if
some
Drax
kind
is
of.
alive.
Definitely
they're gonna have to
alive.
Bring Mantis
Do
back.
me next.
Definitely alive.
God damn it, he's so funny.
I think she's like a new daughter to him.
Okay, so you're saying
Almost
Mantis
like
lives.
type thing.
More like a pet.
Yeah, I guess.
A
A pet for
sub.
him to take care of.
So, what do you say for
I think
Nate?
she's gonna be alive.
For Mantis, okay, alive.
Yeah.
That's
And
everyone.
finally, last
Alive.
but not least.
That was the
All
last
right,
one.
let's go through it. Just kidding. It's really long.
God.
Yeah.
Let's see if any of us change our minds in the last 5 minutes and vote again.
No, we're gonna take like a picture of this, so like nothing can be changed. And then when I come home after tonight, I'm gonna be like, who was all right, who lived, who died.
I'm gonna bring a notepad to the movie and just check off.
Wow.
people that-
It's like at a baseball game, people bring their own stat boards and they fill it out as it goes, like ball or striker,
Or it's like
strikeout
that
or.
stupid homework that you get at school where you have to watch a movie you want to watch, but you have to
Oh,
answer the questions in order to
hate
be able to
that
watch
shit,
the
dude.
movie.
Oh my god. It's horrible.
So yeah, in this column on the far left, I will put actual, so that when I come home, we'll see who actually got it right.
And at least you'll know after seeing the movie, you can look up the spoilers and people will make a comprehensive list of who's alive and not so that they can spoil it for everyone else.
So yeah, we'll do that, and then whoever, I don't know, I think there'll be a little prize for somebody that
Somebody gets to
it the
take
most.
one of the picks home or something? No.
I'd be okay.
I'll take the bottom right one.
I'm supposed to hang out there. Yeah,
You're not supposed to play favorites.
It's a good one.
thank you.
The other ones
me.
have clothes on.
So anyways,
Disney movies.
so that
Stop looking at the tip.
I think that wraps it up. No, I'll
We
get
still got
something
another
for the
half
winner.
hour.
Oh my god. Nah, bro, I gotta go to work too.
Yeah,
Oh,
he has to. He
yeah.
has to go. So, anyways, but yeah, we've got. I think that was maybe one of the most well structured ones we've ever done.
Oh, yeah.
Even though we had a structure
Even though
and
you
we
tried.
I gotta be honest, it
Tried to
really
deviate.
makes me look forward to the Star Wars one we're gonna do.
Oh my god.
Who's going to be the moderator for that one to make sure we don't go off track?
Jesus
Me.
himself.
It'll be me.
I feel like okay,
It'll be me.
We
You went off track in this
we
one.
derailed a little bit, but I don't think it
Nate was the moderator
It wasn't
today.
bad.
To be fair, we stayed for most part onto the subject of
Yeah,
movies.
we didn't. I don't think it was bad
Game of Thrones.
derailing.
No, it was all
Game-
relevant.
Game of
I
Thrones is a wasted movie.
I let you know. I'm like, okay, listen, Game of Thrones is gonna be here for about 30 seconds, but I'm going to tie it into something.
There was the
Marvel
one
related.
time you guys started talking about it. I was like, no. It's because it was just you guys jumped into it randomly. I was like, stop.
Yeah.
That's the only time.
Yeah, like if there's gonna be a derailment, they should be less than a minute long.
So
Yeah.
do we like say our goodbyes before we start talking about how good the podcast was?
No. It's part of the show. It's all part of the
no,
show.
I was just saying.
It's all part of the show.
I really like this, and of course, thanks guys for doing this. I really appreciate you guys coming out here. Once we get in the new studio, it'll be in Fondy, and you guys can just drive down the road, and we'll be right
Are
there.
you talking about that surprise you weren't going to say?
No one's watching it, so no one knows.
Yeah, but they might eventually.
Aren't they going to watch the end?
No,
If they watch it
if anyone's
afterwards?
ever watched an entire episode of this, I would kiss them. Because
What
have-
if they put it on in the background just to listen to? They don't
I
have to watch the
Me
video.
too.
they
I have
can just
watched
listen to it.
every episode I've watched the whole thing. Actually watched.
that you've been on.
Yeah, because I just want. Here's why. Because I want to just criticize myself and be like, "Oh, you fucking idiot."
Do you know that every time I say I thought this was good, I go back and watch it, and I think it's the worst one I've ever done. Not because of you, but just because, like, okay, you could have been better here, and
Are you
here.
talking about the 20 minutes that you were sitting here just like this?
I was
podcast?
listening, dude. There's been times where I've like, okay, you really need Mitch. You really need to stop and shut up and let the other.
I think
person
that all the
talk.
time.
You need to stop putting your socks in front of the camera so people can see your toes.
How gross is that? Look at you can see my hairs on my toe knuckles.
Yuck.
Toe knuckle. That you've never heard that.
Toe knuckle.
Toe
Knuckle.
What
The
was
tonic. Tonic.
fucking tunic?
Tonic.
Tonical.
That's what Link wears.
Tunic.
All right,
That's what Jedis wear.
Oh, Link
that
the
too. Yeah, from Marvel.
the
All right.
princess from.
So we're gonna wrap it up here, and just want to say
Denied.
thanks for coming. And BJ, a record number 3
Four.
guest
3.5.
appearances.
Including my call-in.
3.5.
3.5.
Did we count
We'll say
the
3.5.
3.5?
Because you had one. You had
Because I was
your,
your
you had
voice.
your solo. You were on
The Red Dead.
Red Dead podcast, and this one.
I called
and
in
you
when
called
that
in.
when that hottie was on, and then
Danielle.
That almost has 100 views on YouTube.
They had like how many fucking people
30,000
on Facebook?
on Facebook
Yeah.
Live. Saw
I
it.
wonder what the difference was.
Yeah. So
A woman
Must not have
wearing
taken the
overalls.
Good enough still.
a woman in overalls with tats down her sides and a decent set on her. Yeah. So.
Are you
I
talking
mean-
about this set?
Yeah.
The
the
setup
set up.
here? Yeah.
Okay.
I'm starting to get a decent set on me. All I gotta do is keep
Well,
eating more pizza, and I'll be
yeah,
there, man.
well,
Well,
Shit,
for the
we're all
fourth
getting
time
there.
that you're trying to roll the
Close
credits
it.
up.
Yeah. like a Marvel movie.
Wait, as long as I'm here, so
won't
Fallout
end.
Like Lord of the
5.
Rings.
Oh my god.
That movie was so boring. The fucking trees walking.
Oh my god.
That's
Didn't
not my
Fallout
line. That's
76 just permaban their only player that was left
Probably.
because he had too much material in
Probably.
the game.
What?
And so they thought he was cheating.
Who?
He had an accumulation of
Who?
just like a giant pile of ammo.
Fallout 76.
In Fallout
Oh,
76,
It's not that bad of a game.
the
Everybody gave
creators
it a
of the
lot of
game
shit.
I
banned a
traded
guy
it in.
for just
Oh.
playing the game all the time and collecting a bunch of ammo.
When I-
And they're like, oh, he obviously cheated, ban him. And he was the only person that
like,
would promote the game in a good light.
That's amazing.
It was like the bulky pickup. Like you have to pay them to pick this shit up from your house. I took Fallout 76 and I'm like, do I have to give you guys money to take it from me? I'm like, no, we'll give you like $6. They gave me like $6-7.
I bought it digitally, so
$6
I'll
more
really
than I thought
eventually
would be
play
worth.
it.
I bought it digitally. I played it a couple times, and then I went back and played it again. It's fine.
It's like Fallout
See,
4.
I'm glad it
I
was
just don't have
fine for
anybody to play
you
with.
because mine didn't work. I fucking left the thing and my game kept crashing, and then I reinstalled it and it
On
kept
what?
happening.
Don't
I'm like,
you?
Fuck
But
this.
that's part of the
Xbox One
experience of
X.
Fallout. Game crashing.
You're not wrong.
I remember
I mean,
playing
that's
Fallout
Bethesda
New Vegas and
games.
Fallout
Oh my
3.
God.
You'd have to save every 10
Look
minutes.
at we even managed to fit Fallout in the fucking thing. Are you happy?
I'm sorry.
Three time. I should give you a bronze medal.
See, I brought it up as a joke, and you guys started talking about it.
That's true. This isn't you.
Stop blaming me.
Okay, 2.5 hours, pretty good. I like that. I like the fact that
encompass
it went
11
long.
years and 20 movies. That's pretty good.
Yeah. 22 films, wasn't it?
We got to talk. We talked a little bit about most of them.
Yeah.
It was-
What if
we
Batman
glossed
just
over-
showed up?
Hmm?
What if all of a sudden, like at the end of the movie,
It turned
Batman
into
showed
a
up, and it was
crossover?
going to be a crossover? The next movie's going to be a crossover.
Marvel versus DC.
Here's a quick
I'll
one.
never learn.
Quick one. Think in our lifetime we'll ever see a crossover between the two?
Yes.
I agree.
Because Disney will own them eventually, because they're
Hey,
fucking going to own the
If
world.
you told me when I was 10 years old that someday I'd see a silhouette of Mickey holding a lightsaber, I would have said, you're out of your fucking mind.
Would you have said fucking?
Yeah, I was swearing at a really young
Oh, me
age.
too. I thought it was cool when
I saw South Park premiere in 1996, and I was like, "What was a beep beep?" I'm like, they're saying "fuck." I'm like, "Fuck, fuck, fuck."
Watch your language.
No. Anyways, yeah, I'm happy we did this, and I'm happy I did not have a structure for this until we sat down. I think I said, "Oh, let's just talk about every movie and then talk about Endgame," and then we did this little thing, and I thought this was really cool, and let's go watch Endgame now.
Hell yeah, brother.
So, no spoilers, of course, and whoever's still watching this and whoever stuck around the longest,
Get a fucking
thanks. Get a fucking life. Oh, it's just you, the one viewer. I appreciate it. But yeah, if anyone's still made it this far, thank you for still watching this and supporting this. And even though we're not asking for money, we make no money.
I am asking
It
for
was
money.
still DJ's asking for
Fund my
money.
Patreon.
What do you want us to talk about, people? If you're probably watching this after the fact, because there's not a lot of people watching. That's all right. We're talking about something kind of niche. You know, not everyone likes superheroes. That's okay. What do you guys want
Everyone's
us to talk
out
about?
seeing the movie
Well,
already.
yeah, that's true. That's so true though.
Yeah.
What do you guys want us to talk about? Give us subjects for our next episode.
Or you can even possibly just throw out some names of people you want to see on the show.
yeah, exactly. Like
A lot of people
throw your
want us-
hat into the ring or suggest people.
A lot of people want me to get the hemp shop owner.
Yes, I want
And
you
I'm
to as well.
fine with that too. I just need to I need a name.
Just go
and
in
I
there.
need
Just go to the place and be like, "Hey, I heard you want to be on the podcast."
And that's
Or
one
people
of
are saying you want to be on the podcast. You actually want to
And you can record me going,
touch yourself, Andrew.
you can just record me going, "Hey, I heard you want to be on the podcast."
What?
I heard you want to be on the podcast.
She's a low talker.
Weekend adrenaline.
You know what? I'll admit sometimes I'm embarrassed to bring up that name because it's so just like bah, it's so bro.
I don't like telling people.
Plus,
about
you
the
don't
band,
even
my
do, you
band
don't
name.
even do it on the weekend.
Midnight Epidemic.
I don't like saying Midnight
think-
Epidemic.
Oh, I don't
I
like
think
saying
it's
our
a
old band
great
name
name.
either.
This is not an exit
No, that one was awesome.
to set ablaze.
Yeah,
Why not?
I don't know.
I
People-
That
like
was
it.
awesome.
People were like,
You want to make that band again?
fuck yeah, let's
All right,
do
cool.
it.
It's gonna be a project in the
Well,
studio.
we're gonna record a song. I'm gonna sing "Here Without You" by Three Doors Down, but it's "Here Without Harambe."
Erasmus is
Hun-
you just
100 days
gave it
and-
away.
Sorry.
It was gonna be a surprise.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, okay,
No one's watching. It's still a surprise.
that's true.
All right.
There's one other person watching.
I appreciate that. Anyways, you guys got anything to say?
I love all of you.
I love all you too.
Um,
I'm glad we're all friends.
Donald Trump is.
AOC.
Hey,
What about?
she can serve me waffles anytime.
All right.
No, I'm good. Endgame's gonna be awesome.
I wish you would like Samuel Adams, but I mean it's not for everybody.
I don't like beer.
It's all good. No judgment.
I
All
like
right.
crack.
I think we're good. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Have a wonderful night.